for $30, and it's this big, and it's the best thing because my office is always cold, and now it's always hot. It's great.
But like, I like the cold because then I can wear sweaters and blankets.
Yeah. Fair.
Hello?
What's up,
Hello.
Mitch?
Hello.
I can hear y'all now.
It's good.
Whoa.
Yeah, I just watched episode 3 of Arcade again. I'm doing great. How are y'all?
Why would you do that,
I was-
though?
It was just where I was! It's just where it was!
Yeah, but you didn't have to do that.
I too like to watch things that emotionally destroy me before I go play D&D with my friends.
I was just watching Brandon Ferris make bread with Google. That's all I was doing.
I can only watch so much of that in a week
Mhm.
before I get overwhelmed.
Honestly, about 5 minutes and I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Is red overwhelming?
It
Or is
can
it-
be.
Is it...
It's the pâtissier, if you will.
It's the chaotic energy that man possesses. I can't handle it.
I see.
I'm submitting tow requests for work, which sounds way less fun than any of the things you guys were doing.
No requests.
Yeah, I work for
Like
Carvana.
feed picture?
I thought you were talking about
Oh,
feed
yeah,
shows.
no. Although
I
it's
was
actually
Like toes.
You know, this is concerning because my game last night started out with a 10-minute conversation about how to monetize feed pics, and here I am again. So maybe I'm the problem. Like at some point I have to admit that I'm the problem. I just really need a manager, right? Because I am not above stepping on mashed potatoes for money.
Honestly,
but I don't-
like learning the amount of money some of those people make, I don't know that I'm above doing any of that stuff.
Well,
Truly.
so here's the thing, though. I'm down. Like, if you give me one dude who I just need to give him my Venmo and send him dirty feet pics, I am on board. But I have to go through 30 or 40 creepy foot fetish guys. Not that
That's
foot
fair.
fetishes are inherently creepy, but I assume the people who buy pictures of foot fetishes probably are. So, I just don't want to talk to all the dudes. I'll talk to the one guy that's paying money for my feet pics.
That's fair.
All the dudes.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to do the scout work. I need a manager.
There's someone who keeps pitching to be my manager for an OnlyFans if I decide to make one.
Oh, well, can you introduce me? Because
Actually, yes. If they...
I will only fan so hard. I have the best sexy voice. I am on board.
His dream is to be that kind of a sex agent manager. So there you
Oh
go.
god.
I'm just saying. I'm down. I'm down. As long as his cut's reasonable. I have no
Sure.
shame. I don't work in a job that's going to fire me for that.
I mean, if you stick to the feet pics, there's never really any concern.
Right?
Whose feet are they? We'll never know.
Toby, you can't sit here and bite my hand when I go for dice. That's not gonna work.
That's what
I'm
you
here, by the
think.
way. I'm just pouring a drink. Let me turn on my camera.
I'm fighting with Toby.
Aww. Toby just wants to chew on your hands. I don't know why that's unreasonable.
It's just, you
He
know,
has such sharp little teeth.
you do
There's
have sharp little teeth.
He
But
does. He's got sharp little goblin teeth.
there's a reason Cal's not allowed in the office and just stands outside the door and screams at me.
Oof.
I have my mug.
Oh my god.
I'm ready.
God, you're
Nice.
such a dork.
And bye.
Wait, I'm very glad that you're breathing.
thank you. There, Toby. Now you can be in the camera too.
Oh.
Now you can be part of the adventure.
I hate this.
It'll go straight to his head.
Did you base a character off of Toby once, Wade?
Did I what?
Did you base a character off of Toby once?
I did.
Oh.
He was an assassin who could
That
speak
checks out.
Goblin.
That is perfect. The Tabaxi Rogue, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Are we all Gucci?
Yeah.
I'm as Gucci as I'm ever gonna be.
Yeah.
Well, that's not what I want.
How do I control the? Oh wait, that's how.
There we go. Not the fun banjo tune.
What, after an event like that, it's not, like, banjo appropriate?
You don't know.
Banjo party tunes.
Doggin just whips out a banjo.
How he decompresses.
Yeah, his victory celebration. Yeah, the way he celebrates.
Alright, so, when we last left off, the 5 of you joined the throng of tourists flocking to Ormershire for their annual festival, a celebration of life, earth, and the harvest. You stumbled upon one another while trying to get closer to the brilliant temple made up of white stone and marble that dominates the town square. You were stopped by the guards and informed that despite the status of some of the people in your company, the temple was off limits until further notice, and to try again tomorrow. You spent some time in the bustle of the festival, just 3 days away from the opening ceremony, where Realm was persuaded to help a mysterious rogue who encouraged him to go distract an imposing figure arriving with his cart in the square. While Realm did as instructed, the figure didn't deliver on their promise to pay with gold and disappeared into the crowd. You accepted flyers from a young halfling man who was trying to drum up business for his family's inn, the Hickory Court, and after following his directions to a small building on the very edge of town, discovered that while a new facility, it had received a lot of time and love underground. The inn is a network of furnished caves built by the dwarves that work it. Just as you were all beginning to settle in, you noticed a strange urgency among the owners of the inn, trying to hurry their patrons into safety. Collectively, you found your way outside to discover what was making Dagon and Ellie so nervous. A mist was creeping into town, and from within it shambled undead creatures who swarmed and tried to overwhelm you. Together you felled each one, aided by one of your hosts, armored and armed, and now you stand among corpses that are slowly hissing and melting away into ash. The mist, once so thick and prominent around your ankles, is now receding back to the hills of the Ormershire plain. The night is quiet again. What are you doing?
Perception
I'm-
check. See if there's anyone else around who saw any of that or anything. Really, if there's more of them coming.
Roll a perception check.
Ooh, 19 plus something. 24.
Okay. And what are you looking for?
If there's any more of them coming, and just if anyone else is in the area, whether more of the town got attacked or if it was just like localized.
Okay. With that roll, you do a quick sweep, and you notice that it is very quiet.
Sorry!
You hear a mysterious and enchanting
Screaming.
singing.
Oh, is it singing
Way
or
off.
screaming?
Of course it's singing. It's the fucking frozen. You sweep the street, still a little bit wired from your encounter, and you find it seems eerily quiet. There's nobody else around except for you, and this inn was already a little bit out of the way to get to on the outskirts of town. And in the direction of where those creatures had come from, where there was once just a wall of impassable white mist, it now just looks like open night field on a clear evening.
Is this something that happens often?
Who are you asking?
Two.
Doggin, sorry. I'm talking to Doggin.
So, as you ask that, he is busy wiping decay and rotted flesh from his greatsword and tucking it back away into a big sheath strapped to his back. And he says, "Not lately, no, but recently they've got a little bit bolder."
What are these creatures?
They're the undead.
Undead.
Yes, they look dead, they smell dead, they act dead.
Yeah, that checks out.
Have you recognized
And
anyone?
I'm like wiping my hands off on the grass, by the way, because this punching them got ugly.
Yeah, you've got you've been punching like a rotting bag of potatoes kind of residue all over your hands and arms. And it smells akin to that, except it's rotting bags of flesh.
Does anything like this have to do with the celebrations?
Well, I'd be
Are you
lying
done?
to you if I said that we haven't had stray undead come wandering this time of year, but usually they don't get this far, and there's never been that many.
They come wandering from where?
The cemetery.
Why this time of year?
Right. You lot are tourists. I forgot. Well, some of you look a little bit worse for wear. Why don't you come back inside and we'll clean up, and I'll send Lionel out here to make sure nothing distressing is left out here. And you guys can take a minute and maybe fill in some gaps.
Yeah, that would be nice.
All right.
Do you have any alcohol?
Oh, that we have in spades.
Okay.
And he will
Darby?
go to
Follow
open
him in.
the
When we have a
Yes.
moment, would you like some help?
I should be all right. But yes, help would be very nice.
All right.
Help would be very nice. Yes.
Well, I guess we should leave the decaying corpses and make our way below, and then I will see what I can do.
Actually, before he follows them, he wants to go to any of the remaining bodies and see if they have clothes, pockets he can fish through. They're probably
So-
buried in fancy suits. I don't know.
Loot the corpses.
So
The
as you
decaying
turn
gross
to-
mess.
Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Ooh, dice do I want to use for this?
Darby's just watching.
And Vana's also just
Mm.
watching with disgust and intrigue at the same time.
Mm.
Like
Like, you
half
can't
leaning
look
on his
away.
staff because standing is hard right now.
I put a hand over my mouth as
Ugh.
I'm trying to contain a gag,
No.
and I've started to walk back towards the hatch without anybody else.
Well,
No.
Darby's full
Four.
on leaning on the staff and just watching, but it's ugh. Ugh.
Phyllis doesn't seem super disturbed by it. She doesn't seem like she wants to get any closer, but she also doesn't seem to really bother her.
4.
So as you approach where these undead corpses once were, you begin to realize that they have all but disintegrated into ash. When you were fighting them, they definitely felt like wet bags of rotting meat, but now it's like they've been dead for centuries and their bones have just crumbled to nothing.
Okay, so they hadn't been wearing fancy clothes they were buried in. Too bad.
All you can pull from the dust is rags, and even that kind of falls apart in your fingers.
Okay. He's gonna turn
Do
and
I
go back.
notice this as I'm watching it?
He's
Not
not
being
being
secret about it.
terribly sneaky about it. So
Yeah,
you're
okay.
seeing him go over and just pick up bits of corpse that, if they aren't already falling apart through his fingers, start to.
He goes through 1 or 2. Doesn't really care if they're falling apart through his fingers before he gives up.
as soon as you find anything solid, it just kind of into dust.
Whoop, I need to wash my hands now.
I think that would be best.
Yes.
You know, probably good.
So at this point,
people.
Dagon has gone through the door and has thrown it open wide enough that it's left you plenty of invitation to follow at your leisure as he goes to inspect the hatch and realizes, oh, yeah, I locked this. Gotta fix that lock, and throws it open, starts trudging down, and you can just hear him calling, Ellie, coast is clear.
I'm gonna make my way down the hatch.
Solus will wait to make sure Darby can get down okay before she goes.
Realm will
Darby's
follow.
gonna- Yeah. Gonna more or less just hurl himself down the stairs.
Are you hurling yourself down?
No. No.
Just kind of a fireman's
No.
one-arm slide. Like,
It's
yeah.
like the
I just pictured like walking to the edge and face planning.
I pictured like one of those like 5-year-olds like racing downstairs like
Keep in mind, it's not stairs. It's a very
Oh, yeah, it's a ladder.
step ladder.
Yeah, no. It's very gently and gingerly going down the step ladder. And then we're gonna go flop down at a table.
Okay, just any table.
If no one else has already picked a table, yes. Whichever table.
I've gone to one.
Then we'll find that one.
Because I imagine that we were going to talk, so I've gone to pick like a booth cornery kind of thing.
Realm is good. Wait, is there like a bar in this inn or anything?
Yes.
Yes. Then
Like,
Realm's
just to
gonna...
refresh your memory, it's a giant underground cave that you are climbing down into. Furnished, carpeted. There's booths carved into the cave wall, as well as tables set up around the center. And built against, I believe it was the west wall, is this massive forge that they cook in. And all around that is countertop. Behind that, bottles built into the wall on little stone shelves.
He's gonna go to the bar and order like a pitcher with a bunch of glasses.
So you approach the stone countertop and knock, and
Excuse me.
you just hear Dagon go, "Just give us a bleeding second."
Okay. He's gonna kind of sit down on a stool at the counter and not move.
The realm just sits and waits.
I'm sitting at one of the tables, kind of combing my hands through my hair, fixing anything out of place, and holding my harp in my lap.
And I'm going to, if I've made my way down here at this point, sit across from her.
Yeah, Solus will sit at the table with him.
Darby takes whatever chair is left and immediately just sort of slumps forward on the table, just face down on the table.
Solus leans over and awkwardly pats their back.
Darby, if I may. And she will, hold a hand out to him.
It's like one of those, like, they don't lift their head to look, it's just like slam, 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 hand.
Am I? Okay.
Tell me.
And she uses her free hand to pluck a couple of strings, and from it there's a soft cloud that comes from it, wraps around her hand, and turns into a sparkle along Darby, and I'm going to cast Cure Wounds.
Nice.
Give me
Great.
those hit points.
Please.
A whole 6 hit points.
Thank you.
The best I can do right now, but you're very
No,
welcome.
That is much appreciated.
I suppose we should talk about what's happened.
I just punched a lot of dead people.
Thank you, yes.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around that.
you should wash your hands too. I think
Yes.
be a good thing.
Ron's gonna go wash his hands while he waits for Doggin.
The latrine is little more than a hole cut in the wall. There's a door. They're decent. But it's a hole cut in the wall that leads to a much deeper hole. It's small, so have good aim.
Just take a picture with you and just dump some beer over it.
And it seems to go very deep. And installed just above that is a classic just pump handle, a handled pump. That when you
Oh.
pump,
I see. I thought you were
Draws
I thought it was
water
like a
from the
pump
well.
for the toilet or something, and I was sorry.
Just dip your hands in the toilet and wash them.
dip your hands into the
All
abyss.
the way down
Yes.
to the latrine.
Into the dark. Once they get into the darkness, they'll be clean.
It's a very deep latrine. You just kind of hang by your feet, you know.
He'll pump the thing and wash his hands, and then when he leaves, if Doggin isn't at the counter yet, he's gonna like go stand close to the table where everyone is, but still like standing and waiting for the alcohol.
I will note there wasn't any soap. It was just running water drawn from a well into a hole. So you just rinse your hands off. And honestly, with the amount of traveling you've done, that probably doesn't strike you as odd.
Yeah, I don't think he cares too much. He's fine with this.
I may have a slight idea on what we witnessed.
Have you heard of this before? Or
Not quite this in general. I know what the festival is for. I know something that happens in Ormershire. My mother filled me in a little bit before I left. I don't know, it's strange, I suppose. She told me that in Ormershire during this festival, I don't know if it's during just the festival, but the barrier between the living and the dead gets a little bit thinner. And people come during this time in hopes to commune with the dead families of friends.
did they, the dead? Did they have to have died here? Is it special to Ormershire?
I know that the thinning of the barrier is special to this place, but I am uncertain to what extent and to if it's just people in Ormer that have died in Ormershire. I don't know those details. I just know that people come here to see. It would make sense if people are coming from all around for it.
Perhaps Doggin can give us more answers when he is not occupied.
I apologize, I can't be more helpful.
Oh,
I've
no.
heard similar stories, though. About the thinning of the veil. And ghosts. So to speak. Not real ghosts, I guess, but so to speak.
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I wasn't aware it was going to be unseemly, decrepit dead. Though I suppose you can't really hold a good hygiene dead.
No, I think once you're dead, it all just starts to fall apart, whether you want it to or not.
You don't care at that point.
You can't.
At that point, the door back behind the forge creaks open, and Dagon is coming in, wiping off his arms. He's no longer in his armor. He's back in a worn tunic, simple trousers, barefoot, and starts to pull bottles off the stone shelves.
Rum's gonna go over to help or take one or something.
Are you trying to get behind the counter, or are you just walking up to the counter?
Just walking up to the counter.
Okay. And as you do, he's just 1 bottle, 2 bottle, 3 bottle, and then he stops to kind of count 4 bottle, 5 bottle, and then 5's enough, eh?
Yes, I imagine so. Allow me to help you. He'll go take 2 of the bottles. 2 or 3 of the bottles.
You turn your back, and as Realm starts to come towards the rest of you, just behind him, you see Dagon reach under the counter, and like in between his fingers, he pulls up 5 little glasses and flips it, and then gathers the rest up under his arm, just keeping the tops pinned between his arm and his bicep, and he sort of knees open the little swing door at the counter and starts over towards you guys.
Speak of the devil.
Realm will sit next to
Not
whoever.
called the one that brings the rum the devil.
So Realm sets his 2 bottles down, and it sort of slides into the middle of the table, and then Dagon comes arm first and puts all 3 down, moves his arm and shoves it out into the middle of the table, flips the glasses. It's not a quiet process. Like, there's clanking, and it's a little bit hard, and at some point, some of you might worry that it'll shatter or break, but the glasses hold, and he pulls his hand out and scatters them all between you, grabs one of the bottles. So, what do you want to know?
Oh, many things.
I was under the assumption that during the celebrations that after dark people celebrate the lives of their loved ones past.
Die.
That didn't seem like any kind of celebration. That was people genuinely trying to kill us.
Dead people trying to kill us.
But
Thank you.
I do have to say, the festival itself is in 2 more days, so this doesn't count. It's still a grand event.
But this happens, when does this start happening?
Around this time of year.
And should we expect it every night or even every day from now on?
Normally, I'd say no, but I guess I've never seen a crowd that big.
So, when you said earlier they've gotten bolder, can you elaborate on that? Like what the before and after looks like, and about when the change happened?
Well, I've been here a few years, and around this time of year, it's not uncommon to find a bit of corpse walking around in the night, but generally they're very docile. They don't do much damage, and you can shoo them off or beat them down right quick. But lately, it's changed. They come into town, which they've never done before, and they've never attacked like this. I don't want to say organized because they're piles of dead flesh, but organized?
And they come from the cemetery.
Aye, every time.
So it is the family members who have passed who are coming and now trying to kill everyone else in the town.
We don't know who it is. It's just dead things show up, try to get into town, and me and Lionel and Ellie, we fight them off.
Did you not say that they come from the cemetery?
Aye, in that direction.
Oh, but have you ever gone there to see if any graves have been dug up? Or
A night last week, I took myself and Lionel. We went to investigate, but nothing. Quiet as a mouse.
And
no
so
disturbed
you're
ground?
the one that's having to lead this investigation. There's no city authority or anybody in looking into this?
Aye, there is, but when I brought this up, they asked me to keep it very hush-hush. Asked me to sort of just keep an eye on things, but not let it get out of control. It's a big festival bringing so much business. I can't lie, even I would be hurt if tourists were being scared off.
But couldn't people be, actually hurt? Like hurt?
In theory, yes. But, thanks to your old Dagon, not yet.
Not yet. Okay.
By the way, is there anyone else
Take
in the bar
days.
with them? Or in the tavern with them? Cave?
At this point, uh, Ellie has gone into the hallway, and while none of you were quite able to hear what she was doing, she has emerged. She left the door propped open, and she's back, and it looks like she's tending to something in the forge. Uh, Maybe a couple other people have wandered out, mostly by the smell of fire and something being cooked, but they just took up a quiet table on the other side of the room and drank and chatted to themselves.
Okay, so no one that he thinks is close enough or within earshot?
No, you are pretty alone. It's late, and most of the patrons were hurried away.
Have have you ever recognized any of them? I know that is a bit morbid, but
He takes a good long swig of his drink and thinks for a while, swishes his drink, swigs again. I can't say that I have. They all seem very dead, like skin hanging off of their bodies and their faces, and it's difficult to recognize much.
lovely. I understand.
No, it's not lovely. They're dying, dead, falling apart.
Yes, no, I know.
This has
So
never
any of you
happened?
fought undead before? No,
No.
my turn.
What?
Have any of you fought undead before?
I can say that was a first for me.
Mhm. Where I come from, you die.
Where I come from as well.
Yeah, you tend to stay dead where I'm from as well.
Mm.
Ditto.
And it does not normally ramp up around this time of year. It's just all of a sudden worse now.
It's never been this bad. Like I said, sometimes you get a few wandering, docile, dead things up and about. It's bound to happen once in a while, but not like this.
Is it just people, or are there animals too?
Well,
Oh,
now
that would
that
be
you
creepy as
mention
well.
it, I've never seen an animal, but I've definitely thought, maybe hallucinated, something much bigger than a human.
In town.
Not in town, no. In the cemetery. When Lionel and I went to look, nothing came out of that, but I could see something watching us. Did it come and fight us? No, because it's a coward.
And is it normally at night, these attacks?
Aye, always at night.
And when you went to the cemetery, was it at night? Or
Aye, always at night.
okay.
Pardon me if this is crude, but were you drinking before you went?
Aye, always at night. And a little bit in the day. And a little nip at lunch too.
Ah, okay. That answers all of my questions.
How far is the cemetery? I'm
Yeah.
very curious.
Well, if you're walking, it's about half a day.
Oh,
But if they only come out at night, and it takes half a day, where do they stay in the? Because it hasn't been half a night yet.
No. But here they all are.
so they would have had to have been walking through the day to get here at this time?
As far as I know.
Do you often have mist like that?
No, that I will say is new.
New as in tonight only? Or
As in, every time these groups or these hostile dead things show up, lately there's always been a mist.
okay.
And did they always crumble to dust afterwards?
Aye, without fail.
Like
So-
before and after, like always crumbles to dust.
Well, okay, how far back are we talking?
You mentioned before they got super aggressive. If these wandering undead beings fell, die, whatever happened, did they just also crumble to dust?
No, when you catch the odd wandering out and about, before lately, usually no mist. But now,
Has
well,
anyone looked at them to see what kind of magic is making them do that?
well, the only mages we have in town are the O'Dowds, and they've been missing for quite a while.
Missing.
Is that
Aye, missing. The Whitestone Temple's been empty for like almost a month now.
I wasn't told that they were missing.
You
Told by
lost.
who?
My mother.
Is your mother in the business of knowing things?
Mia O'Shea. Ring a bell.
Can't say that it does.
Alright. Well, she knows them, and she sent me to go see them. Or to check up on their estate. Because they were away for a while.
Oh, well, the estate's empty. It's been empty for a while. Um, you're welcome.
Do you know what's going on with the investigation that's going on in there?
Not much. It's what the drunkards come and talk about. Some sort of altercation, maybe a robbery of some kind. I didn't care to listen. Other problems.
Okay. That's not promising. We're going to have to get in there.
Why?
Why?
Because I was sent to see them for a reason, and I have something for them, and if maybe we can find a clue on where they've gone, or I can. I realize we all just met, but I need to find them. And I have
Well,
something for them.
good luck with that.
Are they?
Alright.
How long ago did they go missing exactly?
I'm not too good at exact, but it feels like a month.
And did the thing with the not dead, did that get worse around the time that they left?
Well, the O'Dowds have never not been here for a festival, so I think the answer has to be yes.
So what happens if they aren't here for the festival?
Can't say I know.
that is kind of a scary thought.
They do magic, and now you've got a magic problem, and they're missing.
Aye, that sounds about right. Very astute bunch.
Sometimes, yes.
Callius takes a glass in both hands and like sips.
I haven't touched mine.
We're almost
I
taking
am
drinks.
Darby's.
Vaughn's been
halfway
quiet
through
because
his-
he's been drinking very consistently.
Yeah, when
Darby's
Solus
halfway through.
Solus takes a sip and just makes a face like she wasn't expecting it to be bitter, and then seems a little confused because everyone else seems to be enjoying it so much.
Realm, if he noticed that, is gonna laugh a little bit and then just look down.
I'm gonna look back at Dagon and go, did anyone see them leave? Did anybody hear about them going somewhere? Or was it just somebody walked in and, ooh, they're missing?
I can't say I really know, lass. All I know is one day they were there, the next they weren't. It's not my business to go up into the Adows and be like, oh, why aren't you here?
Just figured you might have heard something from the people that pass through here. That's all.
A lot of shit I hear from these people every day. God, you think
Is-
the sky is purple?
I
It-
I just wonder, though, Bryn, perhaps you can perhaps answer this. How many members of the O'Dowd family are there? Are there children that have also gone missing now?
I can't say that I've ever met them. It was more of an association between my mother and father.
I see. Then, Dagon, would you know how many members of the O'Dowd family there were? Uh,
that makes sense. It's
yeah,
such
I
a
was
very-
like, wait.
He's suddenly being very enigmatic.
Quick, he's
I'm back.
passed
Sorry,
out.
I fucking punched my headset out of the USB port. Sorry, what
You know what
happened?
happens.
Oh, repeat?
Yes, please.
Okay. Dagon, then perhaps, do you know how many members of the O'Dowd estate there are?
Can't say that I do. I know that the matriarch usually runs some sort of festival temple session that you are invited to attend before the opening ceremony, but never been.
And you're unaware of any children or...
I think they have a few wee ones, but I've never sat by and counted.
Okay. So then they are missing as well.
Very
Is-
astute.
Is there's someone who's in charge of investigations and things that maybe Lady Bryn could talk to?
Oh, well, you could talk to the head of the guard, as helpful as she may be.
Where might we find them?
Oh, well, she holds up at the guard tower with the rest of everybody else. Well, the other guards.
All right.
Does she have a name?
Aye, Alice.
She's, I'm sorry, the head of security here?
Head of the guard. Yes.
Head of the guard.
But
Well,
you might have troubles reaching her. She's got her hands full.
with the celebration and this.
Aye. Big old festival.
A bunch
Hundreds of
dead
people. No, not so much the undead people, but the hundreds of live people.
Also very important.
Some might say more important. Alice sure would.
Sorry,
Just-
did you say that building was a temple?
Sort of. It's a temple by title, but they don't necessarily worship much. They do all of their magic humbo jumbo and sometimes hold some services around festival time. I don't. Yeah.
Okay.
Is there a god or goddess that people around here tend to prefer?
There's a few. Stand by. So the big one this time of year is Vaisat.
How do you spell that?
Vaishki.
Thank you.
And he is the god of the harvest, of change, of bounties. The harvest king is the reason for all life. So
Oh,
we
really
celebrate
seems
him
to be more
and those who
more
have lost it.
does seem to be more dead things that are the problem right now than live ones.
Aye. Aye.
Sorry, how do you spell that again?
Hey, we have a notes
V.
channel. We have a notes
do we?
channel, so
Yeah,
we
you
all
do.
collaborate.
I'm sorry.
No, I have
Yeah.
it written down. Don't worry. I can share it. After.
Yes. I'm excited about the collaborative notes because I am a shit
As
note
am I.
taker because I focus, so it's hard like to get distracted.
Me too. And then my memory is awful, so I'm always like, wait, what happened at the start of the session? Is there perhaps anyone else that you can point us towards that may have other information?
What kind of information are you looking for?
Really, just anything.
And he just gestures to the other end of the bar where there's two random people talking to each other, minding their own business.
I meant more of a... Ah, they're fine. It's fine.
I think it just
Hey,
means
are
asking
you-
around.
I meant perhaps any researchers in town, any libraries and researchers. I don't know.
You want to know something?
Oh, yes, always.
We have one grand library in town.
Okay.
Guess
Grand.
where it is?
Is it here?
Aye, it's here. And he turns and he picks up his bottle and turns the label out to you. Start reading.
I'm gonna take the bottle and just drink from it.
I think at
Do
this
a-
point we've squeezed out all our
Almost after you get the
questions.
dregs.
Well, are you familiar with a hooded figure?
Yes.
Why?
Just a sketchy looking hooded figure.
They were very tall, and their hands had fur and claws.
You saw this too?
Wait, were you not? You were talking about.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Did I just forget something from the last session? Never mind.
It is the hooded figure that offered the money that you didn't get.
Yeah. Okay. I thought that was yes. Yes. So yes,
Yeah,
I saw him
especially-
as well.
Hooded figures who ask people to bump into people.
That one.
And-
And
Okay.
then don't pay.
It's a very wide variety. Like,
I will.
That
I'm
sounds like
not
a
in the
very
business of
specific
getting to know
person.
people who don't pay, so can't say it's ringing any bell.
Okay, I just thought I would ask. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yes. Thank you,
Sure.
Darby.
And listen, I really appreciate your help up there.
Thank
But,
you for keeping us alive.
Oh,
Yes.
well, you're paying customers. My pleasure. Now, if you
Even,
don't mind, my feet are hurting, and I'm gonna go get them a rub. And he gets up and grabs one of the other bottles and sort of waddles off.
Good night.
Good night.
That sounds good.
Sleep well.
As soon as he's out of earshot, Rum's gonna lean in closer and be like, I want to get into the O'Dowd estate.
But it isn't. It's locked. We're not supposed to go in there.
That makes it even more exciting.
Sola seems
can't-
legitimately
I'm
confused.
too tired to make a judgment call on this. Can we table it for the morning? Let us
We're
rest on it.
told
Then
to try again tomorrow.
maybe we'll commit. Like I don't know. What would you? This is a
A new
serious crime we're
crime?
talking about committing on the first day in. We haven't even gotten to see we haven't even gotten to see the festival yet. Come on, can we like pump the brakes just a little?
The
It's-
festival's
I
in
mean-
2 days.
We could go talk to the woman that he mentioned. Like maybe she would
Yes.
just let us in.
See how accessible she is. I like that.
I would also like to go to the cemetery at some
Oh,
point.
yes. I would as well. I'm very curious about that. I wonder if we have like a keeper at the cemetery.
I will be frank, the O'Dowd estate is my main concern.
We probably shouldn't go anywhere else tonight, though. That's true.
No,
I-
I'm going nowhere but to bed.
I would like my bed as well.
Alright, well, it doesn't seem like we'll accomplish anything else tonight, so I shall too retire to my room.
Say no
Okay.
more, and you will get up and go.
Do the rest of us get rooms, or are we just going
Yeah.
to sleep inside?
One is
Bryn walks proudly toward the room she bought earlier.
and then like everyone's like,
I-
"Oh, the room!" And then she slams the door.
He's gonna get
Oh, yeah,
halfway
the
there and
room.
realize, wait, I haven't bought a room yet.
She like turns to close the door, and they're all just standing there, like, yeah, they're
We'll sleep on the floor.
No.
all right. Well,
I can pick the lock. I can get us out.
I was just.
You
going
will
to
do
go
no
sleep
such
outside.
thing.
No,
Close the
You
door.
can't go outside. There are dead people out there.
It's fine. I'll be fine.
He just sleep. Van just sleeps on Bren's doorstep, like loyally.
They're all just scattered somewhere in this establishment asleep.
What are you doing for your?
One assumes that we have secured rooms because I played for hopefully a decent discount because I don't have a whole lot of money. It's not a thing where I come from.
Yeah.
And if I got my room for free, then I would invite Darby to share my room because we've been sharing a room for a while now, so it's pretty comfortable. And also that way, in case awful things attack while we're sleeping, hopefully one of us will wake up.
And if she gets a free room for playing, Realm's gonna try to get a free room for playing. And if he gets a free room for playing, he's gonna invite
For
Ben
the
to stay
2
on the-
people in the bar.
And that'll be
Bren
dead
is
if
the
he thinks
only
anything.
one.
For
He's
the
gonna sleep on
2
the
people
table
in the
outside.
bar.
Brenna's like here with her beautiful harp, and she's like, no, I'll just give you coins.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
So
Well, we
as
could all
the
just-
realization hits the majority of you that you hadn't actually sorted out your rooming situation, it's the little dwarven girl Etha who notices you all just kind of milling in the hallway and says, "Well, we don't have too many more rooms because of, well, we're actually pretty busy for the first time in a while. But there's a couple more just by the door that I set aside for you after I heard how you helped Da."
Oh,
Oh,
Very kind
thank
of you.
And she
Thank
leads
you.
you over, and they're little more than broom closets. There's generally a single cot and an end table, and a little torch against the wall in each of them, but enough room for 2 of you to either sprawl on the floor or on the bed.
Rock, paper, scissors for the cot.
no, you can. I know my luck with this game. You can just have it. It's okay. You can just.
Lana's already
take the
sprawled
card.
out on one of the benches of the tables out, like he's already like dead. So like, don't even worry about him. Y'all can fight over that.
Realm is
Oh, no,
Gonna-
there's a cot in each room, so Realm automatically gets the cot if you don't sleep on the floor in the room.
yeah, but
He'd rather sleep on the bench outside than the floor, so he's fine.
With the
Once-
bitch?
With
The
bench.
bench. He's over on the bench.
I was like, wait, what?
We're on the
Yeah, like that's like moving kind of fast, man. Been here, they've been in town a day, and you're already sleeping on the bed.
When everyone's
I
out of the
literally-
hall, when everyone's out of the hall, Realm's gonna take a blanket and go kind of like just toss it on Vaughn, and then go back to his room. He's not
What
gonna
a
tuck
nice
it nicely.
friend.
He's not gonna tuck it nicely. He's just gonna there you go, and then go.
He's already dead. It's fine.
Yeah, the real reason though is because
Sad.
Vaughn actually sleeps naked. Just like,
I mean-
shimmy out of his.
I mean, I see it happening if he's sleeping with the bitch. Like,
Realm
Realm
just
only
walks
knew to
out
throw
like,
the
no,
blanket
trust
over there."
me. You want this here. Trust me."
Realm had this from unfortunate
Someone's-
experience.
Someone's like about to go to the bathroom, and they're like, "No, don't look at the
Don't
blanket."
just
Don't.
You don't.
don't leave your room. Not till like an acceptable time.
So as
Oh, is
you
he a
all
late
settle
sleeper?
in for the night-
Just so wait, he's
Yeah.
not sleeping outside. He's just sleeping in the main area on a
Yeah,
bench?
yeah.
Okay.
so he doesn't get eaten.
I was gonna
Phyllis
say,
does
he
the
gets
thing
to
where
sleep outside.
nope. Phyllis curls up into a tiny little ball with her little fur she carries, like holding it close to her chest.
Before he goes to sleep, he's gonna spend maybe like 20 minutes writing in his journal, and then he'll turn off the light and go to bed.
Okay. Is anybody else doing anything other than passing out?
I'd like to sit on my lovely bed, made of straw but still a bed.
Not a cot.
It's not. It's full of straw, but still. Anyway, I'm going to sit on my bed with my legs off to the side. I've put the small package that was given to me in front of me, and I've started plucking away at the strings on my harp in a more solid tune than any of them have ever heard before. It's soft, it's not like loud, nobody can hear it, it's more to herself. And she sighs heavily and she goes, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I don't know why I'm here. And that's it. She'll play for a little bit longer. Maybe kind of look to the ceiling like she's expecting an answer, but eventually turns and lays down to go to sleep.
Is there like torchlight in this room at all?
Yes, just a single. Like it's not well wrapped or oiled, but single torch.
Darby will sit near that with their little map. I say little map, it's probably a pretty big map for a little while, and then get frustrated because they can't see the sky or the map really, and they'll just go to sleep.
Anything else?
I will make sure my bird is comfortable for the night as well, and leave her some food.
You've remembered her.
Yes, I should remember it the whole time. I just don't want to.
Yeah, I remember when we left the bird for a few days.
I remember.
Shut up.
I remember.
That was sad. That was scary times.
This is very sad.
All right.
I don't want to know.
So
You
the
don't.
5 of you bunkered down in your respective corners and/or benches, covered and/or uncovered, and you can all complete a long rest.
Hey.
Yay.
Can I also go complete a pee? Because I really have to go.
I'll also take this opportunity to pee and stretch my legs.
Same. I'll get another drink.
Okay. Then we will take a short break. We'll see you back soon.
Here, Pat.
It took me a long time to realize that they're still playing like quiet tavern background noise, and I was trying to figure out what the fuck Nina was doing in the house to make this soft rustling sounds.
Nice. I love that everybody professionally turned off their camera and muted before they left. I just fucking peace out. It's like, back.
I don't even mute myself. I just walk away because I have a
Yeah.
wireless headset. It just comes with me.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, me too. Like, I got Bluetooth, so it's, yeah. And it's funny because, like, I just switched to Bluetooth not that long ago because I used to use earbuds. I had to inform everybody, like, hey, I'm going pee, but I can still hear you. Just FYI.
Yeah, I'm over here laying down with the dog right now.
Nice.
It's hard to come back sometimes. It's like I could just do it from here technically.
I mean, you could. Do you have a laptop?
I do.
Just put it on the floor.
Ah, no, it's not that comfortable. I mean, whenever you have to sit up at an angle to look at the screen, it's suddenly very uncomfortable. But if you could just lay back on the dog, it's perfect.
This is not at all D&D related, but it's hilarious. I'm sending it anyways.
That's fair. I will say, Discord works beautifully for this because of the noise suppression.
Yeah.
Specifically for me, because my god, Nina was squeaking her toy like crazy right below my feet. I'm amazed y'all did not hear a single bit of it.
Not a bit. Yeah, my microphone does that for me. It's really a beautiful thing. Because I clack on my keyboard and I also fidget, so I like constantly make noise. But this microphone does not pick up on, like I said, I don't get yelled at anymore.
Yeah, like I literally could not hear what y'all were saying for a bit because she was just squeaking so loudly and constantly, but y'all did not hear a single thing.
Nice. What's on your t-shirt, brah?
Oh, me?
Canada.
A t-shirt?
I can read yours. Yeah, what's on yours?
Some nerdy fucking D&D thing.
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
it
no,
says,
yeah.
when someone attacks one party member, we all roll initiative. It's a Black Lives Matter shirt.
Yeah.
Aw, I like that.
Oh, nice.
I've
like
seen
that
it.
a
I don't
lot.
own it, but I've seen it.
I
I do
didn't
like
realize I
that.
was wearing a D&D shirt today, but that just works out.
I really want
Okay.
that shirt now. I'm gonna ask you
That's a very
what
nice
it says
shirt.
afterwards.
Thank you.
Gotta make sure my heat pad's on the right spot of my busted old back.
Yeah,
Oh
I mean,
no.
feels. I just took a bunch of ibuprofen earlier, so.
Toby. Toby just walked up and gently patted the chair next to me.
Cute.
Good chair.
And now he's biting me. Okay, fuck off.
Oh, it's just like Paladin.
Duality of cat.
I let him come in and
My
play,
kitty
and then I have to chase him out because he chews things.
She's just lying
Aww,
with me.
Aw.
that's a good kitty. That's like
Oh,
my fat
baby.
kitty. My fat kitty's chill. It's my baby.
Meanwhile,
Oh God, that is aggressive. That is not a mild bite. That is a taxing.
Yeah, peaceful goblin.
doesn't hurt. He's just latched onto my arm.
Yeah, because you're
You know?
wearing a flannel shirt. It would probably
Yeah.
hurt if it were just your arm.
It would, but he doesn't do
Just
that.
no
when
doesn't
it's
reason to
just
wear
my
layers
arm.
around the house. It's just natural protection.
How does that with socks? Like you can, like if you're walking around in socks, he'll attack your feet. But as long as it's bare feet, it's cool.
Yeah, if I didn't have sleeves, he wouldn't have done that. That's just sleeves mean fight.
Yeah, sleeves do makes fight. Alright. So you complete your long rests. Regain any lost hit points. As well as regain your spell slots. Pick new ones if you need to.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, yeah. That's a thing.
Did you...
Ooh, I
Damn it.
love this setup. I can just click the long rest thing and it does all the things for me.
Mm-hmm.
Sweet.
It always
Yes.
fucks with my hit points though.
It wouldn't
If you-
change anything, but my investigation roll should have been 6, not 4.
Aw.
So you held on to a
Missed
piece of corpse for
opportunity.
just a second longer. So as you all begin to stir, you especially, Vaughn, who are out still in the thick of it,
Yeah.
you once again smell that heavy, spiced aroma in the air. Something like a smoked smoked beef, but this time it's weirdly sweet. Like there's something syrupy in there, and it's a strange combination, but very good. And for those of you who've been sort of living hand to mouth on the road, it's a bit mouth watering.
Oh yeah, Vanna's waking up like with his nose tilted up and in slow circles.
And Vaughn, as you wake up, and sort of clue in, because you are in that room and were not removed by your dwarven hosts, you can see Essa and Ellie already at the forge, and it looks like they've got this big slab of steak that is spiked up over the forge and beginning to roast.
This is probably the best way to wake up that I've had in a very long time.
Oh, good morning, lad. Did you sleep well?
Not as well as I could, which was pretty well.
I bet. Could you perhaps find your trousers?
Oh dear God, yes. Oh, whichever one is best for this situation, absolutely.
It's okay. My wee one Essa used to kick off all of her clothes in her sleep. She barely still keeps them on. And she gives up, Mom! And like whacks her.
Oh my gosh, oh, that is so embarrassing, but thank you.
Lad.
This is just for my own fun knowledge, but can Realm have seen that and just like not done anything about it? Just covered it with a blanket, but like
that's a casually
That's what
makes
she
a
did,
joke.
is you
It's now canon.
I
my
okay.
God.
I thought it was just no joke, except like he kicked it off afterwards. Okay, anyways, sorry.
Realm saw
Are you hungry,
everything.
lad?
That's you.
Good
You're
morning,
the
lad. Are you
eating.
hungry?
Are you?
Yes.
You.
Is it me or Realm? I'm very hungry.
So as you pick yourself up and find your trousers in the tangle of blankets and whatever else you may have shirked in your sleep, Essa comes over and delivers on a stone plate that's still a little bit warm the searing glazed steak and some sunny side eggs with some little scalloped potatoes on the side, all fire roasted.
Oh, thank you. What is this going to cost me? I'll pay it.
It's okay. It's on the house.
All right. Well, thank you. And I will dig in, but I will, as I'm digging in, pull out my bag, and I'm gonna place down some my writing stuff beside me on the
And
table.
as you put down your parchments, you notice that Essa hasn't left, and she's just kind of.
So I'm like halfway between a bite, and I'm like put things down, and I'm like, "Hi."
Oh, sorry. I'll give you space. And she goes.
It's
Oh
like the Office meme with Dwight and what's her face when he goes like,
But like Ben's just very confused. Like he's still got like if there's a fork, he's got like a piece of meat on it. He's like pointing after me. But wait, where are you? Wait, I'm so lost. And he just
He
gives up
bumps
and
into a
goes back to eating.
table and like shoulders through the thing and like ducks behind the counter so you can't see her.
oh dear.
Can Realm get up and join him next?
Yep.
Realm,
And as you are tucking into your meal and spreading your parchments out on the paper or on the table, Realm, you enter the room and there's a couple other tables of people who are already awake, but just chatting amongst themselves with their breakfast. And you see Vaughn still at the table that you'd left him at, covered him at. Except now he is awake with food. It seems much more with it.
And pants.
And pantsed.
gonna head over and take a seat. Be like, did you sleep okay? You seem a little more covered up now.
Yeah. I slept great. Yeah, thank you. The food is fantastic. Look at this.
May I?
No, you'll get your own. Just look at it,
like
though.
one of
Look
those
what's coming
moments
to you.
Look at
where
there.
Realm tries to reach for a piece, and it's like,
Realm's gonna be like, look over there.
Realm just like reflexively punches you in the face. Or, not Realm, sorry. Van. Just like, wait, you touch my food? Boom. Monk reflexes.
Realm, are you yelling?
Just to Vaughn going, hey, look
Make
over
a
there.
deception check. Make a deception check.
What do I want? Oh, dice. I'm gonna use that dice.
Stand
That's a
by.
natural 1. Fuck you, dice. You're going in jail. So natural 1, deception -1, so 0.
So you
You did just say,
you yell,
look over there.
and Vaughn, you know what's happening.
Vaughn, like, makes eye contact.
Now he's just gonna make heavy eye contact while he eats his food. Like, I wasn't gloating before, but now I will.
Okay. And he's gonna get up and leave and go get pancakes for himself.
And he'll
Within
focus
a few
between
minutes,
writing and eating.
within a few minutes, Realm, you are brought a slab of your own, and it's the same like cut of glazed steak with sunny side eggs and some roasted potatoes. You're also brought mead as a morning drink.
This looks better on my plate than yours. They set it up nicer.
I don't know. It was set down pretty nicely for me.
Nah, mine's nicer.
Who is coming through the door next?
Me. Because we smell food.
So Darby, not unlike Vaughn, sort of sits up, drawn by the scent of something smoked in the air.
I suspect
And
Solace
he-
would wake up when Darby wakes up and kind of trip after them.
Just all they say is just breakfast. Just
So
breakfast.
does Darby or did Darby change his clothes at all when they went to sleep?
Nope. Just
So it's just this tattered druid like sitting up, standing up, and
Look,
walking.
Darby only has the one
Undertaker
clothes,
style.
okay?
he only has one clothes.
He's just got one
He's got
clothes.
one- they've got one clothes. That's
No.
all they wear.
It's okay. We'll get you more today.
Shopping trip.
Solace like reaches up and kind of pokes a hole.
Yes!
I bet they sell tunics here.
Maybe it is time I get a new tunic.
Yes.
And Solace, your finger kind of catches in one of the holes of the material
Yeah.
as you both move through the door.
A
You're a
very
little bit
awkward
stopped.
moment.
They
Like
have not stopped moving since they got up.
Yeah, and like the fabric tears a little bit more, and Solace like pulls her hand back. It's like, oops.
So you enter again. It seems a little brighter.
Oh no, your audio
Hi,
cut out again.
Mike.
You punched it again. Stop flailing your fists around.
You enter the. Sorry, I punched my thing again.
Stop it.
So you enter the main dining room of the Hickory Cork Inn, and it seems brighter than last night, but not by natural daylight. It's just looks like they've lit more torches around and sort of dispersed the light distribution a little bit better, so it doesn't seem quite as heavy. And there are people chatting. You spot the 2 individuals you met yesterday and bonded fast with already at a table. And there's papers scattered all over this table, as well as breakfast.
We're gonna go sit and just maybe lean a little too close to the breakfast just to see what it is.
It's delicious.
Unintentional social awkwardness.
The 2 of you are not there for more than 20 seconds, and Darby, as soon as you start to really lean in, to Vaughn. There's the slam of 2 more stone plates on the table and more breakfast pushed out in front of you. And you are given kind of a really hard look by the little dwarven girl who's serving your table. And she just backs up enough so that you are between her and Van, and she goes,
Amazing.
Oh. Oh.
Did we all see that except for Vaughn?
make a perception. Well, no, actually, hang on. I get to roll. My turn.
Okay.
Mentioned it.
I could say Vaughn was oblivious because he was probably writing when that happened.
Let's see.
So she gestured at Darby like that?
Yes.
Okay.
We're leaning too close.
You don't know.
Let's
See who caught
Darby
that. I
certainly
don't think
doesn't know.
anyone did. I'm pretty sure none of you did. None of you have a passive perception over 21, correct?
Oh no, I was gonna ask,
can
does
say
the
no.
bird see it? But she also doesn't.
Why is
No,
the
it
elf
was
girl
just-
crazy perceptive?
Not crazy perceptive, just sneaky enough, and I rolled a fucking 19.
Oh.
That'll do it. That'll do it.
So did Darby even see it happen, or was it just like
He did. It was directed to him.
Okay.
Make sure you catch your eye. It's just a really quick, like, plates down, and then as soon as you kind of thought, wow, that was a little bit harsh, you see the...
they just stare for a minute and then just start eating?
Purely from my own curiosity, how old does Essa look?
How much do you know about dwarves?
Honestly, very little.
Me an insight check.
Well, now we
Just
know
for
who
a
that
rough
bitch was.
14. 17.
So, while not knowing too much about dwarves and their life cycle, this one, although small and stout as dwarf youth are, doesn't seem that young. She's old enough to have a crush, but not so young that it's completely...
Could never, ever, ever be returned. That sort of thing.
Yeah, you'd say probably like mid-teens. Like high school crush, love at first sight.
Sips at his meat just a little bit.
Sips at his... Oh, mead. Okay. You just said... Realm picks up his meat and just...
I'm sucking
So,
in the
Bryn,
aroma.
at the end of the hall, the scent is the last to reach you, and you're probably used to being roused by nice enough smells in the morning that this one doesn't seem terribly alarming or interesting or worth getting out of bed early for. But you do start to wake.
It takes us. Well, they're all at the table. They probably get through a fair bit of their breakfast while we get up and do, like, as much of a routine as we can manage.
Slumming it.
Combing our hair, washing our hands with anything that's there. Like a bowl of water.
Oh,
Could she have asked for, like, a bowl of water to be brought to her at some point? Maybe, like, early in the morning.
we can say she asked for service, room service. She would have a cold water, but that's
That would be
a stone
enough.
bowl.
Yeah. That would be enough for her to try and clean herself up a bit. Take out her compact, put on some of her makeup. And slowly peek out the door. And then make our way towards the room.
So as
It takes a
you
hot
peek
minute.
out, you hear the click of another door, and a young couple exits and heads towards the bar and see you and just kind of and carries on their way.
Okay, here we go. Another day. We got this. So we straighten ourselves and we open the door fully and we brush our hands down our dress and we head towards where the main opening in the room is, with our satchel on our side and everything. She's gonna take a moment to look around the room to see if there's anybody that's like catches her eye, anybody that looks out of place down here, anybody that looks maybe part of the guard, anybody that might have stayed here the night, like that.
Make a perception check.
Oh, fuck. 7.
So, to your untrained eye, they all look like civilians.
Alright. And I will make my way towards the table. Good morning.
So you approach a table where Van has sort of been shoved into one side. He's still got his breakfast and his parchments. And there are plates in front of everyone else, as well as an additional plate left out for you. It's probably a little bit cold by now, but
If I take that glass, is it mead?
yes, absolutely.
I'm gonna put it down and I'm gonna push it towards, Rome.
He's gonna push it towards Van. One is enough for the morning, but thank you.
Darby's
I'm
watching
just gonna
the
pick
plate.
it up without stride, and it's just.
Solace looks at her glass, which she's had a little bit of, and then she also pushes it towards Van. Because apparently that's just the thing you do. She's trying to be social.
Well, gosh, is it my birthday?
Is it your birthday?
I mean, you started the day as if it were.
5.
It seems so.
Von, can
Happy
you go ahead
birthday.
and roll a Constitution saving throw?
Oh no. It's
The
gonna get
meat's
slaughtered.
not
It's his
well.
birthday, he deserves it.
It's
12.
his birthday. You're fine.
Oh, good.
3 glasses of mead in the morning are not enough to
Not bad. Not bad.
inebriate Vaughn.
Good morning.
Good morning. I was just thinking this morning on Darby and Solace. I was wondering whether you wanted to perhaps stay with us for a bit. No pressure, of course. Just I don't know.
Here, Darby and
Gonna
Solace
start drinking.
like exchange
Yeah.
a look.
Just a mouthful of food, like
Considering the dangers, I think that a bigger group would be beneficial, and I agree with Realm that we all seem to display some skill that we could help each other out, at least while we're here in Ormershire.
Oh, okay.
sure. I have nowhere pressing to go, so sure.
I'm more than happy with this, seeing how you helped us in that fight. I think if we run into anything like that again, it would be nice to have some more than just 3 of us around.
I think it'll be nice to have some girl time.
Be nice
Some
to have
girl.
some girls.
I know, I paused. Some
Nice to have
girl.
some girl.
I had this weird phlegm in my
On
throat from my
second
drink.
thought-
It would be
On
nice to
second
have
thought.
some girl time.
Sure. Solace Solace has no idea what girl time is. She looks completely at a loss.
We
Yeah, I'm
look
just kinda
away
like-
and like towards Van and like,
What do you... What
Rum's
happens
kinda
at
like-
girl time? Says Darby, completely in character.
it's just
I think they brush each other's hair. Maybe.
Oh, that
You're
that
not-
could be nice. That sounds fun.
And
It's not cool.
and
Okay.
put color on their faces, each other's faces. I don't know. I'm not a girl.
Let's move past the girl time. Let's go. Let's move past it. It's fine. This breakfast is what?
Darby looks at
delicious.
Realm and Vaughn and just says, if you ever want to brush my hair, that's okay.
This seems perfectly reasonable. Yeah, Solus is like, seems fine. Nice.
I will.
And Bryn's
Keep-
Yes,
very-
you should also have some girl time.
Your hair is very pretty, Bryn. It's very pretty. I would
Thank
be
you.
happy to brush it for you if you wanted me to. And
Thank
she
you.
I do it
kind of
all the time,
smiled.
but I think they also have pillow fights or something. I don't know.
Ram,
Well,
please
that-
stop. Please stop.
You've pillow fight.
You
No.
participate in a lot of girl talk, Realm.
That's
Yeah,
really
have you
gonna-
been to a lot of...
I've just been close to someone who used to do things like that.
you-
We're just gonna
you know
clear
a
our
lot of-
throat and start
Inside
eating.
Do you know a lot of women?
No.
Is there an
No.
insight check being rolled?
I would
Yeah,
like
is
to
there?
roll an insight check.
Yeah, I would like to roll
What
an
are you
insight check here.
inciting?
to
I
see
want-
if Realm knows a lot of women.
Okay, roll the insight check.
Oh, what did this roll? Okay, it's at least a 17, so I'm assuming. Oh, I rolled a 21.
He's not lying.
All right. Okay.
He's being vague, but he's not lying.
I'm just gonna squint suspiciously, but it's not worth calling out. If there's anything to call out, I'm still unsure. I hold my cards.
So
So-
as you guys are enjoying breakfast, Ellie comes by the table, the older dwarf, and says, "Oh, good. Guess I got you out all your meal. How is everything?"
Great.
One of the best pancakes I've had in a very long time. Very, very long time.
And she looks at you and looks down at your meal and looks down back up at you and goes, "Okay. And the
It's
rest of
pancakes,
you?"
right? Yeah, it's pancakes.
No.
Is that
It's
what
like
pancakes
eggs
are
and
where you're from?
meat.
What? I thought it was pancake.
Scallop, scallop potatoes and meat.
Oh yeah, it
It's
was.
meat.
Oh. Okay, it was still very good.
Pancakes.
It was sweeter than normal, I will say, which is amazing. It was fantastic, but like, what did you do to it?
Well, I don't like to brag, but I do have a bit of a honey glaze that I like to put on my breakfast meats, and when you cook something in the forge with it, oh, it's magnificent.
It smelled like it. It's very certain, most certainly. Yes, it was amazing.
Well, I'm glad you're all enjoying it, and I wanted to thank you again for looking out for my Dagon out there. I really appreciate you having his back.
Of course.
Yes, and I do it again.
I was
Bop,
happy
bop.
to help. Yes.
I'm really glad to hear you say that. I'd like to ask you a favor.
Is it too?
Oh.
Okay, go on.
Well, you see, with the captain of the guard is, as you know, very busy with the festival, and she's asked Dagon just sort of keep things quiet here on the edge of town and do his part to keep things from getting past him. And up until lately, I didn't think it would be a problem, but I'm worried that there might be bigger crowds coming. And, not the good kind of crowd.
Do you mean the dead people?
Yes.
Oh.
I mean, people who would hurt my Dagon. So, I guess what I'm asking you is, if it's not too much trouble, could one of you or a few of you stay here for a few days?
Sure.
I think that was the plan. I think for now
We are
we
going
must
to
wait.
be here for a while.
Yes. So I would be happy to help if more come.
Of course.
I'm relieved. Thank you. The rooms are on me as long as you're here, so consider it a gift for helping. You can stay here the length of the festival, no charge.
I will be sure to spread the word of the Hickory Cork Inn and its
Not that
hospitality.
we're giving you rooms free of charge, please.
No. Just that. Just the hospitality
Oh,
here.
This is going wonderful.
thank you,
And-
dearie. That would be very helpful.
And I'll tell
Okay,
everyone
well,
that the food is good.
But if it gets so crowded that I have to get less, that is going to be unfortunate because it's too good.
don't worry. It sounds like Essa's very keen on keeping you fed.
Good. You're just gonna like do a little half pose, like I don't know how to respond to this.
At any rate, enjoy yourselves at the festivals today. Honestly, I know you kind of had a rocky introduction to Ormershire, but this time of year is one of the most fascinating times in all of Galleon.
Is there any place you recommend going?
Well, forgive me if this isn't the most exciting thing to say, but you really should look around the town square. All sorts of people from all kinds of walks of life set up their tents and try and vend their goods here. You never know what you might find.
Suppose it is still a bit too early in the morning to go visit the temple, so...
May I also ask you just to point in the direction of the cemetery, or if there's any turns we must take if we were to head that way?
Well, if you're going out before the opening ceremony, then you leave the tavern, you take a left, and you just follow the road. It'll be probably about a 3 to 4 hour walk, but you'll get there.
Ideally not on foot, but thank you.
It is much faster if you take a horse.
Yes.
Oh yeah, what happened to our cart? What did we do with that?
You
Once
guys
you
made
paid-
you made
Yeah.
arrangements, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
You paid the stable.
Okay, cool. I was like, wait.
Hey, we definitely pay for a stable for that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
And last question, Ellie. I know that Ellis, I believe, the head of the guard. I know she must be very busy, but would you have any idea where we could possibly find her, if we, other than the guard tower?
Aye, she's in the guard tower, but it's called the North Watch for a reason.
Okay, so to the north.
Just head the town square and head north. There'll be a road right up to it.
Thank you.
Anytime, dearies. Did you need anything else while I'm here?
A glass of water, please.
Of course. And she goes.
Okay.
I suppose if we will all be staying together, we must, for the time being, perhaps we should decide what we would like to do for the day. Unless we want to split up. I don't know.
I would like to stop by the courier's office at some point in our errands. And he'll be, folding up the letter he was writing earlier as he speaks.
I suppose we could go check out the market, see if there's anything interesting there, and if not, I would like to head to the Odette estate again.
Oh, but I would like a new pair of clothes, because I feel like just with what we've seen already, these are going to get messy very fast, and I may already be overdue for new ones.
It may also be beneficial to speak with Ellis, if possible, before we return to the O'Dowd estate, in case she can inform us.
Yes, and we should
gets us
do
in,
some
maybe.
important things.
I'd like to see if the investigation is still going before we go see Alice.
Alice may be able to grant us entry if the investigation is still ongoing, or perhaps give us information if we are convincing enough. I don't know.
If you wish to go to her first, you may, but I would like to go check out the estate to see if the gods are still fooling around, and then I shall head that way as well.
Well, I will come with you then. We can do it in that order if you'd like. I don't really mind.
You do what you would like, I just...
What I would like will get me in jail, so I won't.
So are you all heading out towards street? Is there any other business people would like to finish up in the tavern before they go?
I suppose that Solace at some point would like pull the I don't know her name, the matron aside and ask if she's ever
Ellie.
seen anyone that Ellie. Okay. Ask if she's ever seen anyone that looks like her, like Solace.
And as you ask, she looks you up and down. Seems to think for a while. She says, well, now that you mention it, there was someone that looked a little similar to you, but that was a good few moons ago.
Yes, it would have been a little time. You saw her though.
Yes, she had the same kind of striking eyes that you do.
And did she stay long? Was she with anyone?
Well, yes, she was with a man. Rather strange man. He had this strange contraption on his head. It almost looked like a pair of glasses, but it was weird.
And you say it was some moons ago.
Oh, a good few months at least. I can't remember them staying very long. They hung out a day or two and made their way out.
And she seemed all right.
They seemed fine enough.
Okay. Well, thank you. If you think of anything else, could you tell me?
Sure, and I'll hit up some of our regulars and see if they know anything more.
Thank you. It's very kind. It's very kind of you.
It's a pleasure. Now, enjoy your day, sweetie.
Yes, ma'am. She heads back to the party.
Ram's just kind of sipping in his drink, but he's looking off away from everyone else. Very concentrated on something. Just drinking.
But beyond
so-
drinking and contemplative, we are headed out.
Yes. Sorry.
Yes,
So,
before we left.
he's
Any
gonna
last
snap out of
minute
it and just be like, okay.
Yeah, Vaughn is
God.
gonna leave a piece of gold behind on the table, and he's also gonna stack his stuff up very neatly, because all his mugs are drained and his plate is wiped clean.
All of
As
his mugs.
Essa comes by and notices the gold piece as well as the dishes. She takes the dishes first, and then she takes the gold piece, and she just kind of... Thank you.
Wait, did she do this? You just tuck it. Yeah.
Is she like pushing it down a bit as she does?
Her whole arm is just.
You're gonna watch the blue Genasi turn peak at the end of this, I swear.
But she gathers up the rest of your dishes and clears your plate. The hatch is open, the stairs are down.
Solus wasn't being particularly secretive, so if anybody was paying attention, they could have observed the conversation.
Have we decided what we would like to do first?
Let's head into town and see what strikes us.
I would like
Maybe
to
we'll
check.
see. Yeah, it
Yeah.
seems like everything that we're looking for is in town somewhere.
Yeah, because we need to get to a courier. We want to go clothes shopping. We want to go talk to the captain of the guard. Is there
Want to
anything
look
else?
at cool shops. Want to
Yeah.
look for cool stuff in cool shops.
Yeah,
Just
so
shopping
those.
in general.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
clothes. Mine are ripped.
yeah, so shopping, courier, and then visit the guard tower. I think is our agenda for the day.
I would still like to see the O'Dowd estate before the guard tower.
Temple, then guard tower. And other stuff, but that order for those two things.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
And not that we are doing this right now, but if we are to look at the cemetery, would that be something we should do at night or in the day?
Well, that depends. Are we looking for trouble?
Or
I
Dag,
was going to say, why
Dag
are we
said
going there?
Because they saw something at the cemetery.
they believe
Is
there
that
Probably
something we
worth-
want to get involved with? What does
I
that
would like
benefit
to get
us?
involved with it.
I know that's not why I'm here, but I would like to help these people if
It
possible.
is, yeah, causing these people great distress. So, could be worth looking into.
We look really
I-
disinterested with the idea.
I know why I'm here. He's looking right at Bryn. I know why I'm here. But if it wouldn't take long, I would like to help.
I have no interest in getting myself killed.
Darvish just
Well, that's
quietly
what
watching
that's
us
what we're
now.
hired for, is to keep that
Yes.
from happening, no matter where you go.
Yes, my main priority will remain to keep you safe. To remain to be to keep you.
I will try not to get in your way too much.
I guess we'll just see what happens, shall we? Let's go.
Then let's go, and he'll lead the charge.
So the morning is gray. The sun, although up, it's hidden behind dark clouds, and there's kind of a quasi rain misting that kind of makes the grounds below bushy and a little muddy. It doesn't seem to be dampening anybody's spirits, however, because the streets, as you begin to walk towards the heart of town, they're already alive with activity. Despite the threat of rain, you can smell warm and homemade goods on the breeze, fresh baked bread and strange seasoning that smell both familiar and exotic. There are vendors setting out wares, tables with hanging trinkets, goods, meat, hunted furs, homemade or handmade clothing, a homemade meal, all just sort of lining the streets, and the frequency of these vendors grows the closer you get towards the town square. Horses and muscle are dragging wooden carts through the gravel as it gets muddier and muddier and gets a little more difficult to navigate, but there seems to be a lot of energy in the air, and it's clear the preparations for the festivals are continuing, indifferent to the overcast.
As they walk, I would like to keep an eye out for the tall, hooded figure.
Make a perception check.
What color is good for eyesight? 20! Ah, wait, 20!
Nice.
So you said perception, right? 25.
Nice.
As you approach the town plaza, you are definitely watching. You have a target in mind. But nobody's catching your eye. Not quite who you want to see. You definitely do see many different kinds of people, and through your travels through the Kingdom of Galleon, there is something very different that you're noticing here than anywhere else, is that there are a lot more of the monstrous races that are walking around. Whereas beforehand, it might be a little strange to see a half-orc walk by. You've counted at least 3, just in the pathway. You've not even made it to the plaza. There's also creatures that you're not even sure you recognize completely, with strangely colored skin or bizarre exotic horns coming off their heads. It's not scary and not really weird, but definitely interesting.
I would also like to keep an eye out for vendors that look like they're selling special items, not just like clothes, not just like jewelry.
What do you define as special? What does Realm define as special? He doesn't have an eye for magic, so
No,
what is special to him?
he's gonna look for musical instruments and journals, but he's kind of looking at weapons also. He's just looking for anything that catches his eye.
Okay. Well, with that kind of roll, you do definitely walk by what seems to be a bookbinder who is in the process of threading a new book and binding some very fine engraved leather onto a blank journal. And as you walk by, he just sort of smiles and gives you a nod. You keep walking, and there's definitely Fletcher at work behind a small, not even a table. It's more like this log that he's torn the top off of, and that he's laid out all of his different arrows and some of his handcrafted weapons.
I'm gonna go there.
Okay. So you approach him. As you get a little closer, you notice the point of his ears sticking out just behind a curtain of black hair. And he just kind of cuts his eyes up to you and forces a bit of a smile and says, "Good morning."
Good morning. Not very nice weather we're having, but yes, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
I use primarily a crossbow, a hand crossbow, and I was wondering whether you have
Bolts?
perhaps bolts, yes, but perhaps not any just plain normal bolt, if you know what I mean. Perhaps something that does something special? I don't know.
So, you want bolts?
Yeah, I want bolts.
Okay, I can do bolts.
Okay.
And he goes into his satchel behind him and, like, pulls out this wrapped quiver. And inside is at least 20 finely shorn crossbow bolts.
How much?
I'm taking a gold bundle.
Right. I'll take one bundle.
Okay. And that's 20 crossbow bolts, and he takes your gold, slides it almost immediately into his pocket. It's just this motionless sweep, and then he's right back to working on his next arrow.
Okay. I'm gonna go back to the group.
Fruitful?
You hear it. Bye.
Oh, sorry. Bye. Adding it to my inventory.
Did you get everything you were looking for there?
No, but that's okay. I don't.
It was really like just an awkward pressure buy. It's like you walk into a store and the courier goes, "Do you want a lottery card?" And you're like, "No, I'm just looking for like a quick gift, so you want a lottery card."
Yeah, I guess I want a lottery card.
That was hard to watch.
Sorry to have delayed us. Not very good at shopping. Let's go. Let's continue.
Solace, if I may,
Yes.
what was it that you were conversing with the lady about?
I'm looking for my sister, and she thinks she may have seen her. She saw someone who looked similar to me, and we look very, very much alike. We're twins, you see.
All right, and you think that she would have a network of information to help you find her?
I just thought I'd ask if anyone had, seen anyone who looked like me. I don't know if I had planned much beyond that, I guess. Maybe it doesn't sound like a very good plan, but it's what I've been doing.
No, I think
Everyone has to start somewhere.
I was going to say they do have quite a few people that go through there. And she looks off to the side in visible thought.
Have you seen anyone who looks like me?
Mm,
Any of you? Ever?
I can't say I have.
You're the only one I've ever seen. But...
There's a dog!
there's a wiener.
Ah!
As a matter of fact, there's maybe a few things, people I haven't seen anything like before. He's gonna say that while looking around.
Yeah, I suspect Solace and Darby would have had this conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
She said she had seen someone, and it sounds like it may have been her. She was with somebody, and she'll kind of repeat the description. She said, maybe we could ask at the guard tower too.
So, you said she was your twin, yes? Does she have the same eyes as you do?
Oh yes, she looks just like me. Usually, most of the time, she looks just like me.
Most of the time.
Yes, well, yes.
Is there times that your twin does not look like you?
No, I suppose she would always look like me.
I don't believe I've ever seen. I think I would have recognized eyes like that.
Right. Sorry to press. I was just curious.
It's right. I don't mind. The more people who are looking, I think, the better. To try and find her.
So as you've
Alright.
been having this conversation, you've finally reached the town square. And the plaza, while not as busy as it was the previous day, still seems to be very alive. It's still early in the morning, so those who come and go are not quite as awake or lively as when you got here yesterday. But there still buzzes a palpable excitement. People are jazzed to be here. There are already vendors all around the outside of the square, setting up in aisles all the way through. I don't want to call it like a... I've already lost the word. What am I looking for?
Like a
Convention?
bazaar?
Convention? Bazaar. That's a better one. But yeah, like a bazaar where people are building aisles in this square where there's never been aisles before. And even though it's still early in the day, there's very obviously interest and excitement.
Going to casually pull up my hood.
This is what I was
Honestly, yeah.
excited to see.
Seeing her do that, Realm's gonna do it too. He just too many people.
Are there...
Covered his face completely. My safe space.
This is
There you
fine.
No face. No face.
Is there, like, people that are passing us that are, like, loud about, like, things that they're excited to see during the ceremony, or they're talking about the place to be, or there's, as we
Make a
walk
perception
by,
check.
it's
Is it
cloudy.
Still also, like,
Yes.
is it still also a lot of, like, monster-ish races that wouldn't normally maybe be in this part of...
Not a lot of, and just
Okay.
to clarify, usually you don't see any. Probably since
Okay.
you arrived in Port Tinsley, you've seen maybe one, but now you've seen dozens.
I
But
got
they
15.
thin out near the square?
They're about the same consistency,
Okay,
just
okay.
still
Actually,
largely human.
Would they also be? I mean, I guess they'd also be new to me if they're new to Realm, because we were in the same place for so long. So is this even more so diverse than what we saw there?
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
I
I'm
got
sorry, 16?
15. 15.
15. So as you're walking and just sort of trying to lean in on conversations as you pass them, you don't pick up much of note. You do hear some whispers about, oh, do you think the opening ceremony will happen if the Adowd isn't here to lead it? And you hear some people like, oh gosh, I hope that rock candy vendor comes back. Last year it was amazing.
Rock candy? No, that sounds important.
I'm down for the rock candy.
And probably the most notable one that may strike you or anybody else with a passive perception of 15 or over is a young man and woman walking together and just not even quietly, just chatting amongst themselves. And one says to the other is, "Are you excited to see her again? I think she'll be really happy to see how much you've grown."
I didn't hear shit, so I'm not gonna
I
write
did.
anything down.
No, yeah, definitely same.
What did you say? Passive
I'm
perception?
too comforted.
15 or
over.
higher.
Nope. Oh wow. Yeah. I'm playing a blind character for once. This is so weird. I normally have like at least +5.
I got 15 and I have a passive perception of that.
I have passive
I
perception
don't.
of 15. So you and I are the only ones who noticed?
That heard
you
that,
hear
yeah.
a
My
man
bird
and a woman
noticed.
walk by and say, "Do you think she'll be excited to see you? Think she'll like to see how much you've grown?"
I still
He's
think it
gonna-
has to do with what's coming up. She whispers to herself.
I was gonna say Realm's gonna go up to her and just quietly be like, "Do you think that was important? I don't know."
If I can read between the lines, it's still talking about... I don't know, it could mean anything, like they could be going to meet up with someone, they could be going to see one of those lost relatives that they're hoping to see while the veil is so thin here.
Are we heading in the same direction as them?
I assume you're all just milling towards the Whitestone Temple.
And that's where the couple were sort of going in that direction also?
They were passing. These were all conversations of people passing you.
Are there any, like, as they're walking, any, like, Bryn level jewelry, like, booths that might catch your attention, like, unique?
Definitely unique. You don't even need to make a perception check for that, because as you walk, it's just a lot of the stalls are all handmade goods that are being peddled to a very wide audience. So they are bringing the best of the best. The highest quality they can bring is on display here. And then they might have some of their cheaper stuff available, but definitely
Be right back.
presenting as expensive as they can.
Is there, like, anything of, like, the moon and the stars? Anything along
Make a
that
perception
line?
check.
17.
Okay.
18. Sorry.
So, with an 18, it doesn't really catch your eye as anything fancy, but there is a small carriage that is parked along the side of the road, along the side of the square. There is no mount pulling it, and its side is open, and inside hangs all kinds of trinkets of copper and yarn. There's feathers, just weird little woven items that are not completely familiar to you, but they make interesting patterns, and you do kind of catch a few representation of the moon and stars. Okay, bye.
Bye.
A few representations of the moon and stars, as well as other images that maybe don't catch your eye quite as much, but it's nothing fancy. There's no gold, there's no jewels, there's just beaten copper trinkets woven together to make something pretty.
Okay.
Those are really pretty. Do you like the stars? I see that you found those. have stars on them.
I do. I enjoy the moon and the stars, yes.
I do too. It's my favorite time at night.
He's a good friend of mine's as well. Excuse me. Who's the vendor's a man, a woman?
The vendor is a woman. And as you say, excuse me, you just sort of see like the shock of brown curly hair. And she lifts her head and then she stands up, but she still doesn't come much higher than the counter. And then she goes, oh, and ducks under, pulls the stool up and gets up a little bit higher. And the halfling looks at you and she doesn't seem anything remarkable. Just a halfling woman, tan skin, curly afro of hair. And she folds hands that are a little bit stained with grease and soot over here, over her arms. Just, oh, hello.
Hello, these seem well made with love. They're pretty.
Yeah. I made them all myself, and I travel the world and try and introduce my art to as many people who will listen.
Would you like to tell me a little about your art?
Oh, gosh, yes, I would. You see, every single one of these trinkets I make when I hear the voices of the universe talking to me.
Out of curiosity, are we still around? Can Realm have heard that?
Sure.
Did you follow
Like
me?
I figured we were all just kind of going along.
They didn't sneak off. It was
No,
they
it's just
wandered towards this.
Hey, look, we saw a cart. We went to cart.
Yeah, he's gonna come join.
Voices of the universe, like the gods.
Well, I don't know if they're gods, but if you're quiet and you focus and you listen really hard, you can hear voices. And sometimes they tell you nice things, and sometimes they tell you kind of mean things, but they're things you still sort of should have heard. So are they really mean or are they just honest? But you can hear them. You just gotta listen.
Okay. We're like in between being like interested and like really uncertain at the exact same time.
Oh, no, it's okay. Don't worry about it. You want to see something cool? I made this. And she
Okay.
sort of still has her hand out like she would grab at you, but there's space between you. And she pulls down this woven little hand tapestry made out of, like knitted out of yarn. And it seems all a little rough, but there is very clearly the image of a swan just reared back with their wings extended, just swathed in a yellow background. And she says, you can display this on your walls. It'll bring you good luck and good health to your plant.
I don't really have a home right now. Do you have...
You can stick it on your horse.
Okay, what about something of the moon and the stars? Something that I can give as a gift to a friend.
Okay. Well, I do have another like woven little hand tapestry if you want, and I quilt. I've got a good quilt too. If you want a quilt, I can do a. Wait there, and she vanishes into her cabin or her caravan, and you hear the rummaging of her going through different crates and chests and the slam and
She's gonna like look over her shoulder at the back of the group, composed, but pretty sure that she's gotten herself into something.
Solus is just standing there right next to you, and she just looks completely charmed at everything this person is showing her.
Yeah,
Like,
Darby
he's
is
kind of-
also just.
Realm is behind you, like behind them both, trying to like kind of in the shadows, but listening intently.
So Bryn awkwardly turns around and just realizes that she's super crowded.
And everybody else is interested in this but her, and she's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
So you eventually hear like a strange rattling sound.
Oh, God.
Something hollow knocking against each other. And she comes back, and on the little countertop that sits on the edge of her caravan, she sets down. It's made of twine, and it's almost like a dried bone makes up the sections between carved little pieces of wood and stone, and some of them are a little bit starburst shaped, some of them sit a little bit crescent, so it alludes to the sun and the moon, but very loosely.
Okay.
And she puts this down and she says, I had the most amazing sleep in the woods down in Anacia, and I heard things whispering to me, and they guided me to each of these items, and I just put them all together, and this happened. And then I looked up, and I swear I saw a perfect circle of stars.
Lovely. How much would you like for it?
Well, I mean, I was in the middle of a really good sleep, and it did wake me up after, but
Oh,
you know
okay.
what?
Well,
Oh, no.
I'm just
5 copper.
okay, and I'll take the swan as well, perhaps. And she's still looking over at her friends to see if this is okay.
Solus thinks that this is the best bargain even. Like, she looks genuinely excited about this. Yeah.
Okay,
I'll give you
yeah.
them both for 1 silver.
Okay, and I'm going to go into my satchel and I'm going to pull out 1 silver and hand it to her.
Amazing. Okay, thank you. And she puts
Very
your little necklace and the new tapestry in a cloth bag, and there are words embroidered into the outside that say "Good luck follows." And she pushes the bag towards you with its belongings and says,
okay, thank you
"If you
so
want
much.
anything else, like I take commission."
I'm alright. This is lovely. I am spent, but thank you so much.
Okay, well, tell your friends. And she looks at all of you and sort of speaks a
Oh,
little
I
bit
think they
loudly so that
know.
people in the crowd catch on.
I'm gonna
Solus
go
leans in.
start to turn away and walk away.
Solus
Oh,
leans in
God.
and says, "Your work is very pretty."
Thank you. You're very pretty.
Thank you.
You're all very pretty. Tell your friends about my shop, or that you're pretty.
Solus
Realm-
looks at Darby and Realm and says, "You're very pretty." And she looks confused, but
No, so very pretty.
thank you.
I've walked away. I'm walking away, questioning everything that just happened there.
Brenna's like, "What have I done? Why am I here?"
Why am I with these people?
Okay.
But Realm's
As-
gonna go
Yeah.
up to the counter once everyone's like backed away a little bit.
Real quick, Ethan messaged me. He apparently, like, they went to close the store and he had taken the bank deposit and forgotten to bring it back into the store, so the bank deposit's in his car and they can't close
Oh,
without
no.
it. So he's
Whoops.
running back up to work. Yeah.
I'm on the way
Aw.
back
He'll be back.
now.
Oh,
Okay.
If
Oh.
somebody take
That
the
was
notes,
fast.
but it sounded like he was listening, so
Okay. Yeah.
I recognize
I-
the distracted Ethan doing stuff while he's listening.
I'm realizing that I had like hide non-video participants clicked, so I couldn't see that you were on. So, you know.
All right, so
If we-
Realm was approaching the caravan.
Yeah. If
So
everyone's
as the rest of your party sort of goes to mill away,
yeah.
you approach, and she says, "Hi."
Hello. I couldn't help but overhearing that you hear voices.
Well,
I
I
I'm
listen
sorry.
for them, so it helps.
Yeah. Yes. Are there ever times that you don't want to hear them?
Oh, kind of like all the time, because I'm trying to do my own thing and have my own vision and like do my own art, and I don't need direction. But sometimes they're just gonna tell me anyway.
Of course. Have you maybe figured something out that gets them to be quiet for a bit, or
Yeah, actually. And she turns and dashes behind a curtain, and again you hear the fumbling and clatter of somebody going through multiple different containers for a specific item, and eventually she whips back, and on the counter in front of you she puts this pair of fluffy white two little balls that are bound by a band of some kind of wood. They're earmuffs.
Uh,
And
These
she
are-
pulls them up and demos them, tosses her hair a little bit. The white fluff sticks out. She goes, I can barely hear anything like this.
they're lovely. They're
What?
Oh god.
Oh, sorry. What?
they're lovely. They're very lovely. I unfortunately already have a pair, but thank you so much.
Oh, okay. Well, if you ever want a custom pair, like, they're pretty easy to make, and I'm pretty good at it, so.
I will definitely keep that in mind. Thank you so much.
Okay. Good luck with the voices you don't want to hear.
Oh no! Just for you, I was just curious. But
Just tell them no means no. And then she goes to pack her earmuff away.
gonna turn and walk back to the group.
I took the hood down and it was a mistake.
I'm putting it back over my face.
Solus will kind of. Oh, go ahead.
As they're walking away from this and Bryn is awkwardly holding this bag, she's gonna go and reach into it, and then she's going to go and hand the necklace over to Solus. Here, bright like you are.
She seems like genuinely touched, and she kind of holds out her hand. She says, "Thank you. You're very kind."
Does anybody else want a creepy bone tapestry?
Bird. Swan.
It brings about luck.
I don't
Is that-
know.
Yes. He said, good luck and good health to your plants.
Does anybody need good health for their plants? I don't have plants.
Don't either.
Oh, good.
Solus is putting on the necklace.
Good for your future plans.
It's probably not unlike things you've worn before. Solace, where maybe you're a little more familiar with beach glass necklaces and strung seashells. It's
Yes,
very
this
alike
seems-
to that, just somebody who did it in the woods.
So she seems quite pleased with it. Like she is genuinely excited about this gift and is quite happy to wear it.
Glad that you like it, at least from
It
what I
suits
see.
you.
Do you like it?
I do. I'm sorry that you didn't find anything for your friend who likes the moon and stars.
It's all right.
Are they far away, your friend?
I imagine so.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Shall we go? Shall we keep moving?
If your friend likes the moon and stars, I might be able to help you with a gift for
What
them.
do you mean? What do you mean? She stops and
I'm
turns
really-
and looks around at you.
They reach kind of in their pack and they pull out their map, and it's just like this really nice, well-treated, carved leather map, and it has all the constellations like carved into it. I can make these. It's just, if you think they would like something like this.
She takes a slow step forward and takes a look at it. This is lovely. Perhaps I
mean-
might take you up on that. How much would you like for it?
What? We can talk about it later.
Alright. Sounds good. Let me take a breath and keep walking.
We'll just roll up our map and stick it back in our bag.
And as they walk, I'm still looking out for that figure.
Do another perception check.
It's gonna be a fucking.
Was there Like a stall with like pelts and leathers.
No,
That's
that's
fast.
Absolutely. There's probably a few of them.
Hunting-esque supplies.
I'm sorry, did you say... Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Did you say investigation or perception?
Perception.
Then, 18.
So you scan the crowd again, and you don't find who you're looking for. You're just marveled by all the different kinds of people, and kind of sticks to you that it's gonna be hard to pick anyone out of this crowd.
I'm gonna keep looking that fucker.
And can we say the time that I've been very quiet, Van has actually kind of stepped a little away from the group and is just inserting himself into conversations like, oh wow, you're talking about food? You should definitely try the Hickory Cork Inn. That place is fantastic. Oh, you don't like you slept well. I got the best sleep at the Hickory Cork Inn last night. Let me tell you.
And I
Fantastic.
didn't even sleep in a bed.
Yeah, haven't heard of it? That's because it's so hard to find. It's for the exclusive members only. If you can find it,
You
it's
go
so worth
ahead
it.
and
I'm not a
Make a
cleric,
persuasion
but I did stay at the Hickory Cork Inn last night.
Sleep naked? No problem at the Hickory Cork Inn.
You want someone
Vaughn,
to
can you
lock
go
you
ahead
down
and
and
make a
lock you in a
persuasion
hatch to
check?
protect you?
fight
So
the
that is an
Cork of the unliving dead.
gosh, which tab has my sheet on it? There it is. Is it a persuasion check? Oh, I'm not great at that. I got 12.
That's enough to not be seen as overbearing. You do just kind of sidle into conversations here and there and input your little nugget of information and then go, ha, ha, fun festival, and keep going.
Yeah, just
So you never have to, you
I'm
never
gonna go
overstay
let's
your
breathe.
welcome and feel that you've left a deposit enough. It's very Aladdin on the run from the guards, but still pausing to think about things.
Speaking of, I would like to keep an eye out for guards.
Okay. With your last persuasion check, I can tell you see plenty.
Perception.
Or sorry, perception. Your perception.
It's gonna turn to Darby and Solace and Bryn, since I think that Vaughn is still a little bit away, and just be like, should we ask where Ellis, if they know where Ellis might be today, or we
They
not?
did say she was staying at the North
That's-
Tower, did they not?
Yes, the
Well.
guard tower.
Yes, they did say that, just in case she left for whatever reason, but no, we can just go to the guard tower.
We should find some clothes first.
Yes.
Darby, were you doing anything with the leather?
Just wanted to find someone who might look like they might have like supplies that you would need for leather tanning, but I don't know if that's something that any of these people would sell. So.
It is, actually.
Okay.
Again, not something you need to roll for because there are plenty of hunters trying to
Mhm.
sell their wares here, and they typically go into this with, well, there's hundreds of people here. Someone's gonna want to buy my stuff. So almost every 5th or 6th stall is somebody displaying like hangings, skins, tanned leathers.
Solus seems simultaneously disturbed by this, and also like she's just studying all of them really closely, like she's trying to see everything.
We'll pick the most interesting looking or the most accomplished looking hunter in this group of people.
Accomplished or interesting?
Interesting.
So you approach, and what draws you to this first was they have some stuffed heads along a flat they've erected behind them, mounted to plaques of just simple wood. Some seems to be like driftwood. Some seems to be carved bark, pulled from a tree, and some actual carved plaques. And that's the backdrop they've built for themselves. And what catches your eye about this stall is those heads kind of created this weird illusion that when the vendor stood up and started walking around, you thought one of the deer heads had come alive and moved. And then you realize as this man crosses over to the other side of his stall to start picking up and hanging some of his furs, that he has massive antlers and his skin is a ruddy brown.
Nice. Hello. I've
So you
immediately
can't
anything.
stare.
Are you good now?
I think so. I didn't hear anything that you said though.
I just said, so you walk up and say hello, and they just kind of, oh, hi.
Hi. You have a lot of interesting wares here. I'm wondering if you could help me with something that I'm looking for.
He looks you up and down and stares at you a while right in the eye, and as you both make this sort of awkward human eye contact, you realize that he has very, very large irises, like unnaturally large, and a full brown, and says, okay, well, what can someone like me help someone like you with?
Well, I haven't really had the chance to restock on some things that I need. And you seem the type that might have supplies for tanning and curing meats and tanning leathers and things like that, maybe? I don't know. Don't want to assume, but
And he looks around, and his antlers kind of catch one of the furs he'd hung, but he doesn't seem bothered. He just kind of goes, I think it's okay to assume that.
yeah, probably, yeah.
So you're just looking to restock what you have?
Yeah, is there anything, are there any, is it mostly just, pelts? Or, are there cloaks? Or...
It's mostly pelts.
Okay.
Nothing you see at this stall really seems like it's been made wearable. It could be, but it hasn't.
Okay. Are there any, interesting looking pelts or pelts that have, interesting patterns or...
Make an investigation check.
Okay, I'm great at investigating. I'm not great at investigating, turns out.
A story in
That's a
2 parts.
That's a 12. I'm 12 good at investigating.
So you scan the pelts that are hung. Not much jumps out at you. You do see what seems to be something he has just finished working on or is just about to put on display. Hung over one of the racks he's setting up is a large bear pelt that is both brown and white in a marbled pattern. But beyond that, nothing terribly unique.
That's a nice looking pelt you have there.
Yeah, it's attached to a nice looking bear.
As they often are. Is it for sale?
Yeah, just about everything you see is.
How much would you want for something like that?
For that one?
Yeah.
100 gold.
All right, I cannot afford that, but how much do you want for the tanning supplies?
Oh, that seems a bit more reasonable. I could probably spare some of my supplies for 5 gold.
Sounds fair. Can do that.
Okay. Well, just give me a second.
All right.
And somebody just made the most strange noise in their microphone.
Yes.
I think
know who it was.
I think it was Christine leaning forward off the leather chair. I think the leather chair.
Probably that.
Like
Yeah. It's my chair.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's the chair. So he sort of turns around and heads back behind the backdrop he built, and you hear nothing more than a little bit of shuffling. And he eventually returns to you and has a large satchel, and he opens it up and he says, "So there's a hunting knife, and there's some salts, and like there's these sticks that if you tie them together, you can build like a little wilderness tanning rack. It's not going to be as good as one you can get in a brick and mortar store, but when you're out and about, it's never done me wrong. It'll
Yeah.
it'll just be 5 gold for all of it."
Sounds fair. We'll take 5 pieces of gold from my pocket. And we will hold it out.
He accepts the gold and hands you a fresh satchel of tanning supplies.
Sweet. Thank, Thank you for your help. Good luck with your booth.
Good luck with your tanning.
Thank you. And then we just turn
Thank
and walk
you.
away.
And he turns and continues to set up.
Are there any booths that are selling like?
Booth?
Oh, sorry.
That's what
Are
I
there
heard.
any booths? Clearly, like you're obviously selling like any magical trinkets or anything.
You don't have the eye for that.
Oh, you can't just be like, "Hey, that trinket looks like it can." Okay, fine.
Well,
mean,
Vaughn caught
there
only the
are-
tail. Go ahead.
There are so many interesting and unique and like artisan level craftsmanship, like jewelry, clothing, leathers. Like it is such a vast array that to you, it all looks kind of magical.
I have coin. Does anyone have mad? No, I'm kidding.
Is anyone looking for anything else?
I'm sorry, I can't stop,
yes.
but I don't know why
Funny
now
enough-
is the time.
Vaughn wants to be in like fun festival clothing, so he's definitely looking for like maybe like a threads woven fabric shop.
Where's topic?
Where
Where's
is Hot
what?
Topic?
Where's Hot Topic? There are plenty of handmade, hand-tailored items that as you browse, you could easily pick up probably a new few outfits. I'd say at about a gold a pop. You could get a new tunic for 1 piece of gold, a new set of trousers for another piece of gold. Like there is
Okay.
no lack of decent tailors.
Okay. Okay. So do you think he'd definitely pop in and buy at least he'd get a few pairs of clothes at that point? And how much would it cost to find something like a little more refined, like maybe with like doesn't have to be actual gold, but like a gold trim, like a tunic, like a two-tone tunic maybe?
You could find. Get back. Go ahead and make an investigation check.
Dude, I think I actually invested in investigation.
Me too.
No, I did not.
Oh,
I got a dirty 20 though.
nice.
Oh, this die has
So-
been like so good today.
As you're browsing stall to stall and sort of building in your head your haul for the day, you do find one store where there is a slight elder woman just sewing away, and behind her and just at the front of her booth, she's displayed many different tunics of all kinds of different colors, and on each one across the chest, she's hand embroidered. You see one with a lion, and you see one with a swan, and its wings bursting out over the chest. You see one with stand by. You see one with a almost like rodent-like creature and a big bushy tail behind it. You see one, and it's all gold embroidery, one with just a swirl of lines that cascade up the chest and head back down the shoulders on the other side.
And he's going to whenever he sees the swan is originally what catches his eye, and then the more he sees, the more he likes, and so he's just very obviously fascinated as he wanders into this vicinity in front of the lady.
You
Uh,
notice a
had-
few looking around, just, hello, sir.
Hello, this is fantastic work you have.
Thank you. My son puts the garments together, and I just spend time embroidering them.
How much for something like this?
Well, it is quite a good deal of time, but we're looking to sort of clear out our stores here, so there's a bit of a clearance rack in this booth. I'd say everyone here is selling for 10 gold.
I need to double check with you that the gold I have listed here is correct.
Potentially.
I'm gonna message it to you, just double check. Or would you know? I guess you would.
I do know. It's just I want to know what you think you have.
Yeah.
Yeah, because maybe I added something to it I shouldn't have, or maybe
That's
I
correct.
have like. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll take the swan and the flowing lines. Those both look beautiful.
Oh, good, thank you. I draw inspiration from nature and everything around us. And she's getting up and going to pack away the two tunics. The swan, again, not unlike the tapestry that Bryn had picked up, it's yellow, and the swan is just swathed in all that gold yellow light, big wide open wings. And the one with the swirls, it's two swirls that start right at where, just below your sternum, and they coil around each other before splitting off and just sort of cascading down the back. And that is a dark navy blue tunic.
Okay. And the swan one was what color with the gold embroidery?
Yellow.
So I could put it in my notes. Yellow. I love. Yes. Okay. Well, thank you so much. I am going to greatly appreciate these as I'm walking around. I was not feeling quite festive enough in this lovely city.
Oh, you're going to look stunning. Please enjoy the festival, and I hope to see you again soon.
Yes, I may check it again before I leave.
Please do. And she goes back to her work.
No. Start my phone.
Solus would just like to find some good, neat traveling clothes. Nothing particularly fancy, just something that is not so worn, and some boots that don't look like the toes are wearing out.
Yeah.
And if you looking to just replace or refreshen your garments, can probably do so for 5 silver.
Yeah. So Solus
I'm
would,
down.
Would kind of reappear and offer Darby some clothes and boots.
Oh, thank you.
This will be better, and I mean, you could keep those in case you need to fight the undead again, I suppose. Maybe when we go to the graveyard.
Perhaps. Maybe I will patch them up later.
I can sew a little bit too.
Oh, thank you.
Of course. Of course.
So is anybody
This
looking
is-
for anything else?
Complete shot in the dark. Do I recognize anyone in this crowd
Make a perception check.
of newly monstrous looking people? That's a dirty 20.
Nice.
Killing it.
What's your... Let me just... I can answer that question by myself.
Well, fine then. I wasn't gonna answer anyway.
Don't need me.
It's like you're a
So,
DM or
as
something.
you glance around, you don't notice anyone really in the crowd that sticks out to you. But you do hear a name just pass by somebody's mouth in conversation. And you hear them say, Calendar.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
So we are continuing.
If we're done here, shall we head to the O'Dowds? O'Dowds? Blah, blah, blah.
While we go, I mean, yes, we can go, but while we go, can everyone keep an eye out for a tall, hooded, cloaked figure? I want my money.
Sure. I'll look out
Everyone
for this
make a perception check.
tall hooded figure for
Someone
you.
get like a 30, please.
I just rolled
Natural
a
20.
Natural
Literally
20.
19. 19, oh my god.
You me.
19 also, what the fuck?
No one
Wow.
tell him. No one tell him.
Everybody spots them at the same time.
I got 20, so for me, 24 total.
Oh, I'm 26 total with that natural 20.
Yeah.
24 total
Add
should be.
22, nat 20.
How did we all roll so well? Holy crap.
There was a high success rate for that, but you all
Everybody just turned inside and was like, alright.
I was like, okay, we're gonna look. There he is!
Afterwards, they're all just like, "Were you even fucking looking?"
No, I
Like,
have
did you-
I have a gift. I have a gift.
Like afterwards, everyone's just like, "You've been looking from this whole time. Did you even open your fucking eyes?"
Did you open your eyeballs?
I was ducking
Oh.
behind crowds, okay?
Hang on. It's right here. I just need.
It's my sparkly purple birthday die.
Woo.
I hope this is the gif I think it is. It is!
Yes! Yep, that's it.
Relma's just like, "Hey, if you guys see," and they're all just like, "He's right there." It's
Oh my gosh.
right.
Okay.
That is the only time 3 of us will roll natural 20s ever.
And the other 2 rolled 19s.
We're all gonna die.
Yep,
Yeah, we'll
that's
be
it.
done.
Karma's the bitch.
Don't confront the
So-
I'm
sky.
just gonna give my die a
As
pat on the head.
you-
They're doing so well.
Start towards the White Stone Temple, which is a little bit removed from all of the booths and festivities. Not incredibly so. There still seems to be a crowd kind of giving it a respectful distance out in front, but it does carry this air of significance that just automatically has people giving it a bit of space. And as you are all heading towards this sort of sectioned off in your respective pairs or single file, a figure cladded in full leathers brushes past almost all of you, their hood up, their hands in their pocket, but just full leather garb. And as they kind of bump into you, you just hear a quiet, "Oh, sorry, excuse me," and they keep going.
Ron's immediately checking his pocket for his money pouch.
Realm is also, he's turning to stare at the figure like,
Soul will try and stop them. Like, excuse me.
So, Realm and Vaughn, as you immediately check your pockets, you notice your sort 5 gold.
fucker.
And
they took 5
Sol,
gold?
they took 5 gold.
Okay.
Sol, as you sort of turn and follow after, make a persuasion check.
Okay. That's not great. I'm supposed to be good at persuasion. I've failed both checks I rolled. It's a 9.
9.
So, as she bumps through all of you, and Soul, you turn and go, "Hey, excuse me," the alert is sounded, and the figure takes off into the crowd.
After her.
Okay?
I want to cast sleep on this individual
Okay.
because I've seen this happen.
Okay. Okay.
Oh wait, fuck. It's a very crowded
Yeah.
place, isn't it? Okay,
It sure
well,
is.
never mind. We go to do it and our fingers sparkle, but we also realize it's a very crowded place.
Okay. So you're not gonna do it?
No, I'm not gonna do it.
Okay. So Realm, you take off after her. Go ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Acrobatics, if you would like to know.
I'm assuming Vaughn would follow suit, seeing that his money's gone.
So you see Realm take off and go to follow. Go
Uh,
ahead and make an athletics or acrobatics check. Sorry, what was that?
18.
18?
I was also I was already kind of in that direction anyways, so I'd keep
You're
following.
running?
Like if they took off, yeah.
Let's go.
So
That is a dirty 20 acrobatics.
Nice.
So Darby, you're running as well?
Yep.
Okay.
An athletics
no!
check.
What are we
Athletics or
doing?
acrobatics? Bryn is like,
I
What is
mean,
everything
Bryn just
doing?
held a spell, so
Yeah, I don't.
So that's athletics or acrobatics?
yeah.
5.
you're doing great,
So-
buddy.
Bryn, you go to cast as everybody sort of sprints ahead of you running, and you kind of think twice as you look around at the crowd. And as you cut your eyes over to Darby, who immediately goes to take off, but they collide almost completely with somebody who'd sort of cut through in the crowd and just kind of spin off. So they are just sort of stood there, a little bit delirious, while 3 other of your party members have vanished into the crowd. And all of you with those rolls do manage to keep the leather cloaked figure in sight. And they are just weaving through the crowd, desperately trying to make it out of the town square. But it's difficult given just how many bodies there are. Go ahead and make
Can
another
I-
athletics or acrobatics check with disadvantage.
Can I send the bird to follow this person? Can I try to send my bird to follow this person?
Go ahead and make an animal handling check.
Sorry,
I
did you
rolled
say
a
with
6 that
you
second time?
acrobatics
Disadvantage.
with this? Okay.
You rolled a which, sorry,
Hello?
Solace?
Oh my god! Well, I got a 7 on both, so 10.
16.
It's a
Sorry,
25
21.
for the animal handling.
21?
21 for
Okay, so
acrobatics
Realm-
with disadvantage.
Okay.
Damn, son.
So, Realm and Solace, as you try and keep your sights on this figure, it gets harder and harder to weave through the crowd, and both of you, while you manage, Solace, you kind of collide a little bit with someone, and they kind of round on you, going like, "Watch yourself!"
Right?
If
And Realm, you
can I
don't
stop doing
necessarily, you don't necessarily have to have collided, but it's that kind of like, oh, you keep going to run, but there's somebody in your way. Vaughn, you managed to squeak through the crowd, and you can still just see the figure running ahead of you now, and they are on the road heading towards the cemetery. So, technically in the direction of the Hickory Cork Inn. Can you go ahead and make one more check, athletics or acrobatics? It's a little thinner, so it's just a straight roll.
Sure thing. And that is dirty 20. Wow. Wait, yeah, dirty 20.
Fucking monks.
Fucking monks.
So, right at the point where this figure is reaching the Hickory Cork Inn, you have gained on them, and you are an action away from them. What are you doing?
And he didn't think he'd get this far.
that?
he is going to reach out and try to grab the back of their cloak and pull them back.
Okay. Ooh, 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 ooh. Huh, stand by. Stand by. You stand the fuck by. Can you go ahead and with that action, make an athletics check?
Yep. Alright, I'm gonna give it a good shuffle, baby. Wow. Okay, so that's a 10. No, 12. I got plus 6. Yeah, 12.
Okay. So you reached out and swipe at this figure's back, and as your fingers catch in the leather of their tunic, you snag them enough to slow them, and they squirm out of your grip, but turn and hiss at you.
Oh.
And I need you to roll initiative.
Oh, no. Got this again. Alright. Oh,
Not
no!
rolling. I don't think it's as bad as I just got, but we'll find out.
Well, it's a natural 4, so that is 8.
I rolled a natural 5 for a 9.
Oh!
Oh my gosh.
So, you are in melee range with this creature. They're fully clad in leather, but now their hands are out and at the ready, and you can see extended claws. And
Hey,
they
why
are
is it
going
gotta-
to.
Go ahead.
They're going to strike twice at you.
Oh boy. Why does it gotta be like this, buddy?
Does a 24 hit?
Yes, it does.
And second hit does a 20 hit.
Yep.
No.
Okay, I'm picking up my campaign dice for this one.
Yeah, it
Okay,
looks
so
like the
first
good
hit-
rolls are catching on to someone else.
First hit, you're taking 9 damage.
Alright.
Second hit, you're taking 11 damage.
And I'm down.
Alright. So they just slash you once across the chest and then uppercut you so hard with their second swing, digging their claws into the bottom of your jaw. But they don't let you go. They grab you and yank your head down and slam it into the dirt. And they turn and keep running.
Okay. I'm unconscious. Like dead.
In that time, could Realm have caught up?
Did I
Are you
ever
guys
do
still
anything
running?
With...
Realm was
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Okay.
we're still
Yeah.
running for sure.
So the two of you would be able to reach him in the next round.
Can
So
we
he
see?
would have just gone down, and at the top of the round, you can see Vaughn on the ground in the dust. And there's this startled crowd that's kind of ballooned around him. What are you doing?
She would definitely kneel down next to him and shake him and cast Cure Wounds.
I would like to run past the crowd and see if I can see the hooded figure.
Okay. Make a perception check.
Oh, bitch, please. I would really like for you to roll well. Okay, that's an 18. That's well. 23.
Okay. So you go to run after and see if you can see this figure through the crowd, and it's difficult for you to muscle through everybody and like, just get out of the way, get out of the way. And you can see them on the horizon, just this dark cloaked figure. They are out of the outskirts of town and just running towards the cemetery. You could give chase, but you would be leaving the town behind to do so.
Yeah, for now. I'm gonna use my action and my bonus action to keep chasing.
Okay. What was that cure wounds?
5.
So, Vaughn, you go down, and the last thing you feel is like your jaw impacting with the dirt. and then suddenly you open your eyes and Solace is above you.
Whoa! Oh god. Any of them. Gosh. Oh, thank you.
Darby and
You're
Bryn,
welcome.
did you
Are you
follow
okay?
after them, or did you continue
No.
towards the estate?
I imagine
I was
we
trying to
followed
send the
after
bird
them.
Smooths your
after
clothes,
them, but
like,
I guess I was trying to follow. Yeah,
What was your animal handling roll?
25. But I can
Okay.
just follow if it's easier. It doesn't matter.
I mean, the bird can still have eyesight with a 25. And at this point, Isra or Isra, which do you prefer?
Ursa.
Ursa? Okay. Can see Realm beginning to take after at 90 feet a second after a figure who is similarly moving 90 feet a second. Actually, I think a little bit more than that. But Realm is giving chase.
So yeah, I'm gonna chase. After what I can see. I don't know what I can still see at this point.
You are weaving your way through the crowd. You can see. Well, Ursa can see. I keep thinking Yzma.
I understand.
So
I know.
keep going
It's
for
okay.
Yzma. Ursa can follow them with her eyes and keep an aerial view, but you are very far behind. As you start to give chase and weave through with Bryn, you are just kind of catching up to the scene as Vaughn and Solace are gathered together, and Vaughn is coming back around and saying how he's not okay, and there's no sight for you of Realm, but Ursa can still see them, and they are probably about 120 feet out of town now.
Okay. Give me like 2 seconds. I'm gonna do something stupid.
So we caught up to where
no.
they are, and Vaughn is on the ground.
Yes,
Yeah,
you are
Sol-
coming
Solace
into
will-
this. Yeah.
He's pulling himself
Just
up to
sorta.
his feet.
Yeah, she'll help you up, so it'll be like weirdly awkward. Although you're not that
Yeah.
tall either, so it's
I'm
not
leaning
that
on my
weird.
staff as well.
Yeah.
I run up, and it's like this really like girly run, and then I just put my hands on my knees, and I'm wheezing because I have like a negative whatever athletics. What are we running
So
for?
Solus immediately like steps away from Vaughn and looks at Brennan. She says, "Are you okay? Do you need some?"
I'm fine. I just need a second. Why are we running? And then we look at, and she looks up at Vaughn. Why are you bloody?
Well, it was another one of those reptilian things that we saw back at the other inn. It sliced me twice, threw my head into the ground, and that's all I can remember.
Oh, good. Where's Realm?
Realm didn't take off after them, did he?
I point where I
Darby-
assume in the very far distance you can just see Realm.
About 100 feet away, so I think like proportionally he'd be like a foot
ant.
tall.
Yeah, over there. Oh,
Did
Solus
he
is-
see you? What? Why would he take off on his own?
Darby's
I don't know.
gonna wild shape into a horse and run after the just in that direction.
We're gonna jump, and we're gonna. Jesus!
We just become a riding horse and
Dear God!
So what's your run speed as a horse?
60 feet.
Okay. Can you?
I like the part
Dash
where
as a
Darby
horse?
is like, "I will wait for a couple of people to ride
I
on
don't
my
know
back."
if I
I'm
can
just going.
dash. Like he'll wait like a second, and if anyone wants on, they can get on. Please go. They're gonna just bolt. I don't think I
do
can
not
dash as a
have
horse,
the
though.
coordination to get onto a horse like that. I also just shrieked and was like, what the fuck's going on?
So yeah, it
I'm
doesn't look like you have dash. You just have 120 feet of movement speed.
Oh.
Whoa.
If your move speed is 60
Yes.
and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
using your action and your movement, it's 120 feet.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So, yeah, we
Which I
have just
assumed
become a
was
horse.
what you were doing.
Yes, we have become a horse. And we waited like maybe half a second. If anyone moves like they want to get on, we'll wait. Otherwise, we're just galloping off after we don't know what, but we're just going.
Solus ever seen Darby change before?
Probably.
Yeah, it's been like a few days. Yeah, so she would be like, okay, and she would like she would definitely climb on Darby's back if Darby stopped for that. I assume they've had like
They've probably had this counter happen before.
yeah, I would assume. It just seems normal now, whereas everyone else is like
What the fuck just happened?
Like, yeah, perfect. Solus is like, what? They run
So-
fast.
Darby wild shapes into a horse, and Solace stands up over you, Vaughn, and just seems to be like, "Oh yeah, okay," and jumps on the horse, and together they gallop off and
Yes, this is-
kick up dust, and you are just left kind of wheezing, your head spinning, and Bryn also there is just.
I'm not running after them.
Solus says, "Come on, we can catch them."
I think you're already gone, she says in the distance.
I thought Bryn was gonna be like, I'm not okay.
I'm not okay. I'm not okay.
So with the 120 feet of movement speed, you are able to get. Oh God, I hate math. I don't hate math. You're able to
Yeah.
get within 60-ish, 60 feet. Is that right? They're 100 feet
Yeah.
away, and a 190 minus 120. So
Yeah.
I can't do math. It's 70.
70.
So you're able to get 70 feet from Realm. Realm, you are still 90 feet. You can hear now just the thundering of hooves behind you.
He's
What are
gonna
you
keep
doing?
running, but he's gonna be like, what the fuck? And he's gonna like move like to the side of the road, all like, But he's
Alright,
still
Brand, you want to start walking?
I need your sarcasm.
It was a genuine
know.
question.
Is there anybody riding around on a horse right now? Is there anybody
What?
like on a horse? Like, is there anybody on horse? No, I'm asking if there's horses around, if somebody's on a horse. Is there a bike?
There are horses around, not many. I'd say probably just one at this section of town, being led by his owner, in towards the town square. And he'd sort of been pulled aside at all the commotion, and the horse is clearly unsettled.
I need your horse.
What do you want me to do?
Wanda shrugs and starts walking.
Okay, we start walking.
So, Vaughn and
Give
Bryn
me
start
like 2
wrapping.
minutes, and then I'll be good.
2 minutes. How many rounds of combat is that?
It's fine. Y'all are great. It's
Only a
fine.
few.
So, oh god. So, let's fucking write this bullshit down.
Could I also say on the way out to somebody, there's a thief heading towards the cemetery, and then go get the gods?
Yeah, you can. And you do get a very, okay, yeah, and somebody goes off and you can hear the shouting for guard. In the distance.
Okay, cool. Okay, now I start walking. But I also
Alright.
wait to see if guards are gonna ride up on horses. What?
You either stand and wait for the guard.
I'm walking. Like, I'm
Okay.
walking and I'm just, like,
She's walking
listening for it. I'm, like, looking over my shoulder.
Okay, so 90, 70. Alright, so Realm, you are not gaining. And it's becoming clearer and clearer to you that as you are running, they are in fact getting a little further and further away as they go.
How far are they from me right now?
Right now they are can't do math. They are
Far.
100 feet forward.
Can you hear from 100 feet back?
You at this moment probably couldn't.
Can they hear if
You don't know.
Okay. Okay. No, okay, he's just gonna keep running. He's probably losing a little speed, but he's gonna keep running.
Okay. So you run another round. Can do math. Is 180. So Solace and Darby actually catch up to you in the next turn.
Okay.
They
Solace
are
goes, grab
running
my hand.
astride you. How many people can you carry?
I
I hope
I'm
it's
a very
two.
small person.
Smo.
I don't think it is too, though.
I mean, I'm like half a person.
Realm
mean,
is
we
not
are.
huge either.
Yeah,
But he's not.
yeah. Neither of us are particularly large people.
Oh, you're so small.
Horses are super wise, though, for some reason.
They are super wise.
And like you don't even have to slow down because I can use my action to help you up
That's true.
because I'm not doing anything except sitting.
It doesn't say how many people I can carry, but I can Google, I guess.
How much weight can a riding horse carry?
5 times its base. Oh, no, that's not correct. How much can a wild-shaped horse carry on a mad sprint?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
there's
just
probably a
realized
Reddit
this
for
was-
that.
I just realized this was towards the Hickory Inn, and we have a horse, but like it's fine.
You do. You have
It's
a horse
fine.
stabled.
Who needs our horse when we have Darby horse?
So strength divided or multiplied by 15, I believe it is.
So there's as a
480
horse, the
pounds. I
strength-
think you're both fine.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I don't think
Hey.
either of us weighs 2.8. Like, yeah, no. Maybe like I don't know, 100 and $140.
Always wanted to ride a Clyde's Darby.
I hate puns, but that was actually good.
So
You need to meme it.
Solace is using her action to help.
Yes.
Is it an action? Okay, so I don't think Darby has to slow down.
Yeah. Because we're using our actions.
Okay,
Yeah.
to help each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So essentially, Darby comes or this horse comes riding up beside you, and Solace has mounted it, and you've never seen this horse before.
Yeah, by the way, what color? Is it dark red like your hair, or?
It's just like a chestnut horse, like a red horse.
Adorable.
You don't know yet that it's a Darby horse. It's gonna be
And
real
she's
weird
reaching.
when they shift back.
Yeah.
She's reaching for you, and do you go to take her hand?
Yeah. He's gonna take like 2 seconds to be like, but yeah, he's gonna grab.
And so
Don't drop me.
she helps you climb aboard, and you keep running.
Okay. Never ridden a horse before, but we've got this.
It's okay. It's Darby.
Oh, okay. I hope I don't fall off Darby then.
That's the explanation. It's Darby.
So if Darby is only using... So Darby would catch up to them in the next turn, and the pair of you have actions. And then so do they.
I would like to aim at aim a bolt and a crossbow bolt like 5 feet in front of her feet, and just say stop.
Okay. So you fire. Go ahead and just roll to hit.
Mm,
Just humor me.
Let's go with this. 16 with my proficiency would be 18, and then that's it, right?
Plus your weapon DC.
Yes, sorry. 16, 18, 23.
So you manage to shoot the ground right in front of her without hitting her or anybody else. And you yell, "Stop," which I will say is your action and your bonus action. I don't know that. Yeah, so your action and your bonus action, and they just sort of spin as you're catching up to them, and they skid to a halt and start and like put their hand in their pockets. Solace, what are you doing?
I don't have great spells for this. Let's see. I am going to. I guess if we're trying to get them to stop, and I'm not sure if they are yet. Can I hold my action until they respond? And what I would like to hold is Thunder Wave.
Okay. So you hold your action. Is there anything else you're doing? No bonus action?
I am going to give Darby Bardic Inspiration.
So you're both on this Darby for Solace, horse for Realm, sprinting up. Realm, you fire at the foot of this rogue who stops and spins and skids to a halt, and you guys are careening towards them. And they will be using their action to use an item.
Oh,
They're
We're all
going to
gonna
break his
explode.
legs. They're breaking their legs.
we're all gonna explode. It's gonna be like a bomb.
Alright, it'll be fine. Get those backup characters ready, because we're all
Yeah.
gonna explode.
God!
Session 2 when we all die.
Might
Not
have
all.
been just be a
For
whole new
second.
party at the end
Yeah.
later on.
Yeah. I don't know where my other party went, but sure, let's travel with these guys now.
For all they
So,
know, they just rode off into
What
the
was your
sunset.
held action for, Solace?
If they take some sort of hostile action against us, so if they turn around and
Okay.
start attacking or charging, then I'm going to release the Thunder Wave. But if they seem to be
Okay.
surrendering, I'm not.
Okay, they're not taking a hostile action. They're pulling an item and using it. And what you all see is just a simple bead in their hand that they pull back and throw at the ground. And it erupts into sparks and smoke. And Realm, you've seen it before. This was something a similar clad individual has used in the past. Though you were only there barely, you recognize it. And Darby, you charge right through. It doesn't hurt, but it's like little sparkler singes on your snout. And you are charging through smoke and ash, and you realize you are standing in the middle of a field. And they're gone.
When was it used on Realm? Was it in the IC? The
It was your pre-campaign.
Okay.
It wasn't used on you, you just witnessed it being used.
Okay. So they're just gone, we think?
As far as you know, is there anything you would like to do?
I mean, I think perception check, but give me 2 seconds. Is there anything more fun I can do? Oh wait, there is something.
I just wanted to have a good time at
No,
the
never
festival. And
mind.
honestly, I'm just feeling so attacked right now.
You bought a new outfit. You're ready to
You-
go.
You chased down a stranger. You didn't even know what they were capable of.
I knew they were capable of stealing my money.
Here,
I'm gonna grab
here.
a drink. I'll be right back.
Give me your hand.
Yeah. I'm gonna
And
hold it
she
out.
does what he has seen before, and I'm also going to cast Cure Wounds on
Okay.
this
So, Realm,
dude.
you're trying to detect them?
Yeah, I have nothing else I can do, so I'm just gonna try see them.
Make a perception check at disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage.
Fuck. This one.
What about
Fuck. So, 5.
disadvantage? Okay.
We only rolled a 2
13.
plus a 3.
Yeah.
So
I got
you
8.
look around, and as the smoke and dust settles, it is quiet. You don't see them anywhere. Solace, is there anything you are doing?
Well, if Darby disappeared, Solace would immediately run after.
Darby's
like-
still there.
Okay.
Like, you're still aboard Darby. They
Oh,
just
okay.
sprinted through the remnants of the smoke and flashy, glittery lights.
Okay, so to be clear, we're still there. The other person just
You're all still
disappeared.
together. You're probably
Okay.
10 feet past where the rogue was.
Okay. I guess she'll just be looking around frantically, trying to see where this person went.
Roll a perception check at disadvantage.
That is a 10.
You two just kind of hear the wind whistling. It is suddenly very quiet, and you're very alone. You sprinted, God, like over 300 feet outside of town on a whim. And seems like there's nothing out here.
I'm very sorry,
you.
guys. I'm sorry. Thank you for
You're
coming
apologizing
after
to
me.
Solace and a horse.
Yeah.
Just to be clear, you don't know that Darby is the horse yet.
No, I do.
I
Yeah.
said
Oh,
the
do you?
hor- I
Oh,
said
sorry, my
Darby.
bad. Not me,
No.
I mean, I
my
didn't
bad.
clarify.
Did you
how
just
the
accept
horse-
that Darby is the
I-
horse?
It's Darby.
This is-
Like,
Yeah, she said
Darby!
Darby, and you went, oh.
totally shape-shifting
Sure.
is normal and not
That's
at all
totally
odd.
normal.
If it seems like we're gonna kind of sit here and recap, Solace would politely climb off of Darby's back and give them some space if they wish to not be a horse anymore.
Yeah, Realm will take that hint and do the same.
They're not immediately not a horse. They're
That's
just
okay.
sort of shaking out and standing there and looking around.
Are you also trying to look?
Yeah.
Do you want to look as the horse? Make a perception
Like
check
to
as
look
the
through my
horse.
horse
at
eyes.
What does
disadvantage.
your horse
What do your
eyeball
horse
say?
eyes see?
You look
What
with
do
my
your
horse
horse
eyes.
eyes?
To pull up my horse eyes again. Hold on.
You just
How
said
do
pull
you-
out my horse eyes.
I'm pulling out my horse eyes and rolling them on the
To
ground.
really-
That's an 8.
God.
So your horse eyes just see beautiful, rolling, gray-green fields of delicious grass.
We just sort of start grazing passively.
No judgment, you know.
So at walking speed, Realm and Bryn, or sorry, Vaughn and Bryn, you can probably just barely see in the distance. Shapes stopped, but details are difficult. They'll get a little clearer. Is there anything you would like to do while you
And I
approach?
still think that we should talk about this before we start running off and leaving the group behind. I'm just saying.
How much did Cure Wounds do, by the way?
You had 5.
Oh, thank you.
I just feel that we should not run off like that. Look, you've been hurt. We could walk up on more dead bodies. And it's like a full-out lecture as we're going.
Yes, and Vaughn's just like, yes, okay, alright. He's just like nodding along as they go, just taking all the heat.
So, Realm and Solus got off of Darby's back, yeah?
Mhm.
At some point mid-graze, it's like an epiphany, and they start just sort of grazing in the direction they had run from. Maybe just keeping an eye out for the 2 people that they ran off and left behind.
You can
Yeah,
all see easily enough as you sort of look back that there are people coming after you. 2 of them.
I think I scraped my boot from that.
Yeah, I think I scraped my chin.
I'm
So,
fix it up.
as you all slowly regroup over the course of another couple rounds, we're out of pseudo combat. You all realize that Darby isn't there, and there is instead a horse, just passively grazing. Vaughn has been healed, but there's still bruises and echoes of the puncture wounds on his face and across his chest. But he's upright and he's moving. And Bryn looks a little flustered, red in the face, for the tongue lashing she is giving.
Yes. I'm just glad I wasn't wearing one of those good tunics when that happened. Could you imagine? I would be devastated right now.
I would be devastated for you. But that's Darby.
That's
What?
Darby.
That's Darby.
No.
The horse.
I must
Is
have
that
been really
something
out of
you
it.
can do?
I thought that was hallucinated. You're no. Who
You
are
weren't-
you?
They lift.
I
they lift
watched
their
it
head
happen.
and clop over and just very gently headbutt Vaughn.
Yeah,
Saul
yeah,
looks at
that's
Vaughn and
Darby.
goes,
All right.
You were
Is that
very
some sort
out
of bro
it,
moment?
actually.
So can Darby just do this like whenever he wants?
Can he
Darby,
talk?
I don't think you can talk. Can you talk right now?
Can he talk? Is that a thing?
Oh,
Oh.
he's shaking his head. Let's
Do you want-
ask him yes or no questions only.
When you turn back, are you going to turn back with clothes? Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense why he wouldn't turn back right away. Can you guys tell
And
us
then
what
they-
happened then?
And then they turn back and are fully clothed, have all of their stuff.
Saul
Oh,
starts
that's amazing.
giggling.
So you can turn into a horse and still have your clothes, but I can't take a nap and keep my gosh.
Is he
Yes.
naked or does he have his clothes on? Is he naked or does he have his clothes on?
Eero, you can look. You can
Yes.
look.
Not if he's naked.
He's
don't-
not.
I mean-
I'm actually. How did you do that? How did
Why
you?
are you?
Oh.
That was very
Magic.
impressive.
What's wrong with
Oh,
naked
okay. So I just
people?
need magic. Okay, that's cool.
Sir,
It's
is there something
privacy.
wrong?
That was very
There's
impressive.
nothing wrong with
Darby.
naked people, but it's better to be private when you're naked.
You just don't want to see Darby naked.
I don't want to see any of you naked.
Technically,
You're wrong. You just don't know it yet.
I don't think I am. I hardly am wrong.
so
All right.
what was all of that?
I don't know. You all just ran. You bumped into somebody.
Vaughn, Bryn, Vaughn saw it too. Sorry, during the pre-campaign, he also saw it, didn't he?
Bryn did not. Vaughn.
But
I didn't.
Vaughn did. Okay,
You guys
Uh,
told me about it, but
Vaughn, the person, they did the same thing that the other one did back in Rayleigh.
Yeah. Yeah. It was very similar to exactly what we saw back there in that first encounter.
Are
what?
perhaps they are following?
I'm gonna go check my bag now.
You're missing 5 gold.
Am I also missing 5 gold?
You're missing 5 gold.
I'm sorry, I was already broke.
How did he?
Am I also missing 5 gold?
You're missing 5 gold.
He hit
didn't have
everybody in the
5 gold.
span of a second?
I didn't
did-
have 5 gold to take, so he. So I have
You
no
are missing
money.
your coin
Oh.
purse.
Ah, fuck. Wait,
Well,
I'm missing money as well, but he did the same thing?
The
What?
same thing. Disappeared the same way that they did back in Rayleigh.
I'm immediately checking myself for wounds that I might not have noticed.
You seem otherwise unharmed.
Vaughn, are you alright?
Okay.
I'm fine. I will be better after a good sleep later on tonight. Gosh, it took the whole day out of the festival, didn't it? Gosh, that's so unfortunate.
It's only been about 10 minutes.
You're kidding
whole
me.
day's ruined.
The whole day's ruined.
It's ruined.
Listen, death is a time. Like, death, you just...
I mean,
time is a weird soup.
you know what?
What?
Yeah. Yeah, but you know what?
I
could
didn't,
go out
say
again.
that. I was
I
so
could
bad.
still go out. I could go out again.
You just have to rally. That's what I hear.
We can
So
go
as you are as you are sort of picking each other up and taking stock of what you'd lost, for the record, you don't know that it all happened at once that you lost your gold.
True. Could have happened last time.
Bitch.
Even.
They just got caught on the last one.
Yeah.
Because of all of your ridiculous perception rolls.
Oh, when he bumped into you and told you to go bump into the guy.
That's what,
And
yeah.
stole your
wondering-
gold then. Fuck.
Actually, yeah, that could be when I lost my 5 gold. That's true. Oh, I don't know. Whenever. Point is,
So
I'm
as you are taking stock of what you still have and what's happened, you hear a very distinct thundering sound coming down the road towards you from Ormershire. Shire.
Oh,
Oh,
yes, I
it's
called the
hard.
gods.
So
Ah,
Bryn
well.
slips
So
in
there
a
have-
quick, yes, I called the guards.
there have
And
been
called the
you
guards.
turn
Where's you called
and you
God?
see a trio of fine-bred, strong war horses thundering towards you.
Perfect.
And at the apex of this trio is a fully suited knight. Their helmet back, a large blue feather, like blowing in the wind behind them. They wear the colors of Ormershire, which is typically a blue and a light gray, in a tunic over their armor, and they have a furred cloak billowing in the wind behind them. And they thunder up to you on a black horse and skid to a halt. The 2 other guards behind them as well, all just whoa, whoa. It's not a very impressive whoa. Just whoa, and skid to a halt in front of you.
It's very
And the
impressive.
knight pulls their weapon and holds it down, pointing it at all of you, and says, "All right, now which of you is the thief?"
It's none of
And
us.
we're gonna pick it up
Okay.
next time here.
Oh my god! Oh yeah, I
Yeah.
called the gods.
Call it because it's almost 10:30 at night, and a lot of us bitches have to be up.
That was
I
so
have
much
to
fun.
be up
I
at
did be up.
3:30.
Ooh, bitch.
Yeah,
I
you
Oh,
can't even
shit.
complain, but yikes. You were a
Yeah.
champ.
I better have a day off.
Brag about it.
I
Check out.
technically have a
That's
day
what I
off, but
just
I'm going for
did.
surgery tomorrow.
What
Good
time
luck
did
with
that
the
again?
surgery.
Surgery's
Oh,
at
great.
8,
8.
All
Okay,
right.
be sure
but I
to
have to
listen.
be there for 6.
Goodness. Oh my
Well,
god.
And
at
I
least
was
you'll be
originally
asleep.
told, I know, and I was originally told 6:45, and then I was told 6:15, and now I'm told 6.
Oh god.
Okay.
Also,
It'll
thank you
be
for the
over.
session, it was so good.
Yes.
And
it's
you
so
got
a
good.
lot of
Fun.
fun.
So good.
Yay.
If we're all available, I think not next Thursday, but the Thursday following. I like a bi-monthly thing. So 1 week on, 1 week off.
Whatever works
Yeah.
for you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
I
Heck
will...
So I'm gonna pee
Yeah, I can
and
do
go
that.
to bed, and I'll talk to all y'all later.
Same.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, kids. Thank
Bye.
you very much.
Bye.
See you next
Bye.
time.